You're watching TV Hamilton, Cable 14.
From Dunnville, Ontario, TV Hamilton Cable 14 presents Thunder on the Grand 95. Thunder on the Grand 95 is made possible through the generous support of Labatt's, Henco Homes, Mountain Cablevision, 820 Chan, and the Mitchell Group Insurance.
Welcome, everybody, to the 52nd running of Thunder on the Grand Regatta. My name is Harry Wilson, and with me is Brian Agar. We have a beautiful day and great racing ahead of us. Brian?
Well, I tell you, everything is looking great today. The Grand River is what we would call a little bit swollen. We had some heavy showers last night. We've got some strange currents. We've got the wind blowing across the course, down from under the bridge. And I'll tell you, Harry, I think we're looking at some pretty exciting racing today.
Exciting racing, especially for some of our home ground boys. We're talking about Mike Werner and Ray Halliday and Peter Ramsey. We're going to be looking for those boys to perform well on this, their home course.
Well, they may be home boys, they may be homegrown talent, but I tell you, we've got a lot of talented drivers out there today, and they all know what they're doing, and we're in for some pretty good racing, let me tell you, Harry.
So some people waiting to shut them down here at the Thunder on the Grand in 1995.
Now, we have some of the world's best right here. Now, a Le Mans start means, Brian, that all these boats are waiting in a straight row that has been determined this morning at the drivers' meeting. They are waiting for a white flag in the starter's boat out in the middle of the course to go up, which has just gone up.
The
and
white
when
flag is up.
That drops, it is the start of the race. Now, these EP class are a V-bottom boat. They all run about 70 miles an hour, and it is nervous time right now.
It's 70 of the scariest miles an hour you are ever going to experience. You see these boats come by, they're dancing.
Now, these boats have to maintain their lanes until they get into the first corner, and then after that, the flag is still up. It's down. The boat starts.
Racing.
Oh, we had a little bit of a trouble by 737.
It's 93, Jim Allen out in front.
Great start there by boat number 93, Jim Allen. Boat number 52, Robbie Gordon coming out. 737 is Craig Ferrier. He had a little problem getting off there, and we got a dead boat there at the top, but we're not going to see him. He's going to have to get out of the way for this race.
It's Rick Guittard. Now, Rick gave the thumbs down as he came by earlier on. You could tell he's having a little bit of problems.
Up there at the top, it's Craig Ferrier who's managed to take the inside line. Craig Ferrier holding the inside line right on the outside of him. It's boat number 93, I believe. I can't believe Jim Allen on the outside.
Jim Allen's coming on the outside of him right now.
And you can see Craig Ferrier holding on the inside. Jim Allen on the outside in number 52. That's Robbie Gordon had just scooted out of our view, and he's running wide. He's trying to get an advantage, but look at Craig Ferrier coming down there on the inside of the course. That's the desired position.
He came out of corner one. You could see him looking over the left-hand shoulder. He didn't know it, but Jimmy Allen was coming up right behind him on the inside on the right hand.
Oh, look at these two. They're going down side by side. They can almost reach out and shake hands. Jimmy Allen way up on top of the cushion, and he's going to try to dive inside Craig Ferrier, and that's exactly what he's done. Craig Ferrier gone outside, Jimmy Allen inside. Robbie Gordon, number 52, looking for an advantage.
93, that's Jim Allen. He's not going to give up. He's got him dialed in there. Craig Ferrier out in front, 737. Third place, number 52, Rob Gordon. 911, that's Dave Whittington at the back. He's keeping it up there. We've got Tammy Wolf pulling up the rear of the back there, but she knows what she's doing. She's got it dialed in. And number 18, yeah, Rick Guittard's got it working.
And looking down that bottom corner, we just see Craig Ferrier going into the bottom pin. That beautiful yellow and red boat, you can see it hugging into the pins. Now, he's not giving anybody any racing room. He is trying to keep, Craig Ferrier is trying to keep both Robbie Gordon and Jim Allen on his outside hip. Now, that means, Brian, that he is going to make them go further on the race course than he wants to go.
You can see as they come down the back straight here, you can see that Craig's got it inside on the line now.
Look at the air. Look at the air underneath number 53 and number 93. They are going eyeball.
That's Robbie Gordon. He's got it dialed in. He wants second place bad. He wants to catch up to Craig Ferrier.
Now look at this. After a lap and a half, Craig Ferrier, Robbie Gordon has just pushed past Jim Allen.
Yeah,
and the three of them are really close.
Well, I tell you, Craig Ferrier's got that boat working today. He's up on top. He's got it right where he wants it. Here comes 911. Yeah, Dave Whittington.
Yeah.
Dave is racing two classes today, not only the EP, but he's also racing in Sports C. And here comes Tammy Wolf, the only lady driver on the circuit.
Now, we have to keep a close eye down there because you can see Robbie Gordon is trying to make his move back again. He's got Jimmy Allen behind him. But you know, he can't relax for a second because Jimmy is within biting distance. You can see Robbie Gordon there. He is running second ahead of Jim. Now he's closing in on...
He's pulling him in.
Craig Ferrier is...
Rob Gordon's pulling him in. Craig Ferrier better watch out because Robbie got Jim Allen pretty
good.
I
can't believe. I think I saw Craig Ferrier looking over his wrong shoulder. I think he was mistaking Jimmy Allen for Robbie Gordon.
Well, as you can see,
Robbie Gordon's on the outside, and he's got him. Robbie Gordon is on Craig Ferrier.
Up in the air. Oh, yeah. Robbie Gordon feels good about that.
A tactical mistake there by Craig Ferrier. He looked for Robbie Gordon on his inside, and while he was looking the inside, Robbie went the outside.
Yep.
And you know that Craig Ferrier is knocking himself in the helmet right now.
Well, no, he's got, you watch Robbie Gordon when he was turning on. You can see him when he pulled in Jim Allen. He's got something there today, and he's using all of it. Look at him up in the air. Look at him dance.
Now, Craig Ferrier, he's got to be just a little bit angry at himself, but when Robbie Gordon in that boat, number 52, gets going, he is a hard man to catch, and he is going to be making it very difficult.
You
right
can see him
Craig
stretching
Ferrier.
out his lead right now. You can see as they're coming out of that corner one. They're coming in there right now. Coming into the back straight now. Watch him dance, get him up on top of the water, trimming that right out. I'm telling you, he's got the prop in a boat. Oh, maybe an inch and a half of that hull bouncing in and out of the water.
He has given a little bit of an angle to Craig Ferrier, but look at the way that Robbie Gordon is taking that boat. You mentioned air, and we talked about flying on the pad. You can see right underneath that whole boat, only about 4 square inches of the back of the boat is anywhere even near the water. Now, they say these things
They've got quite a battle for second and third here, too, also.
Yeah, Jimmy Allen is really giving Craig Ferrier a run for his money. In fact, Jimmy's on the inside, but Craig Ferrier gave Jimmy a little bit of an angle there, but Jim decided not to take it. He's roughing it around on the inside, trying to get it, but look at what's happening to Robbie Gordon. He's just
Robbie Gordon's got to feel good now. Nobody else is even around. He's opening up almost a half his length straightway lead. He's up there.
And I just can't believe that because Craig Ferrier, he was holding off so beautifully. If I don't mistake myself, I believe that Craig Ferrier has slowed down a bit. And I think
Jimmy Allen's taking him.
Jimmy Allen has indeed passed him on the back straightaway, and he's got the inside angle.
But I don't think he's got a prayer to reel in Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon coming up on the back markers right now. Coming up on Rick Attard. Had a little bit of problems out there out of the starting line, but he knows who's coming up behind him. And
Robbie Gordon, you can see in our shot there. Taking a close look, you can see on the inside track that's Jim Allen. And Robbie Gordon coming back across the middle of the course. He saw what Jimmy Allen was going to do, and he decided, no, sir, you're not going to take the inside line of me. You're going across my wake, and that's exactly what he did. That's smart driving by Rob Gordon.
And there's number 93. Yeah, he's holding up tight, too. That's all. Now, look at the difference now. I wonder what happened out there.
Jimmy Allen has opened up quite a lead now, and Craig Ferrier in third position. And now he's got his gun sights on
there we are,
our
lead
52.
boat, number 52, Robbie Gordon. He's looking hot. Now, you watch him playing that out. Get that trimmed in, get on that pad, and ride it.
Now, right now, this is where racing becomes a little more interesting because Robbie Gordon is so fast that he's closing in on the back markers of the pack, which means now those other boats become a factor in boat racing. So even though it looks like he's got a cakewalk from here to the finish line, it ain't so.
Nope. Not when you've got somebody like Jim Allen, number 93, in behind there just waiting for him to make a mistake.
And it's so easy to make a mistake. It is so easy to make a mistake on someone else's rooster tail or to get rocked off your bottom on a bad wave. And you said it, Jimmy Allen is waiting.
He's looking good though. I mean, he's got that boat dialed right in.
It is one beautiful piece of boat. Oh, and you can see Jimmy Allen really pushing there at the back. These boats are going up and down. There is so much air underneath them. They're barely in the water at all.
Well, he's catching the back markers water right now. There's a lot of rough water happening, and he's experiencing it now.
Now, Jimmy Allen's eyes are lighting up like light bulbs at night. You can see what he sees in front of him, and it's going to be a next race, unfortunately. It's
not this time.
Not this time because
there's our race leader, number 52, Robbie Gordon.
It's just too much water unless, as you said, a large mistake is made. But, Craig Ferrier's got to be wondering what happened to because he was flying there and he visibly slowed down.
Well, it's like you said, Harry. He's looking for a mistake to happen, and I've talked to Robbie Gordon, seen him race quite a few times, and it's going to have to be a big mistake, and I can't see it happening.
No, sir, not right now because he has managed to put Tammy Wolf behind him. Tammy has been lapped, and I was talking to her dad, and her dad said, when you we had all sorts of air there, but look at that, Robbie Gordon. He's coming up on the inside. You talk about Mr. Attard, had difficulties at the start, and he is being lapped now by your green flag, which means we got one more lap to go.
One more lap. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your race leader, number 52, Robbie Gordon.
has just passed number 18, and Tard is having some difficulty with that boat.
Oh, yeah. That's that homemade one.
And you can see that there is a little bit of rough water out there. You mentioned the water gets really chewed up. And this is where the boats that can handle the rough stuff get an advantage.
That's what they're doing. They're buying used water. It's water out in front of him. It's already been chopped up, but he's pretty much out of that now. Robbie Gordon's got a straight stretch, and he's using it to his advantage.
Yes, and there is not much chance now for Jimmy Allen. Robbie's opened up and held a nice half a straightaway lead.
Yeah, but Jimmy Allen isn't going to give up. He's going to keep it pinned until this race is over.
Absolutely. He can't
it
afford
almost
to.
is.
Yes, it is. As we're coming around the bottom corner, you can take it number 52. That's Robbie Gordon in that beautifully set up boat. Now, he has got his eyes set on one thing. He's looking at that start-finish line. He's looking for the checkered flag to come up. And, of course, you know, he's waiting for one other thing to happen,
Look
and
at
that is no gust of wind,
oh,
please. He's saying, no gust of wind. Just keep me flat. I want to get to the finish line.
Oh,
The checkered flag is up.
Number 52. Robbie Gordon. Oh, yeah.
What a piece of race for him. Robbie Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of your first heat in the EB class. Boat number 93 coming across. That's Jim Allen in second position. And we're looking for Craig Ferrier, who had that great start and then developed engine problems. Craig Ferrier in boat number 737. Finishing now. But we're looking at Robbie Gordon. Now, he looks like he's just out there watching everybody else go fishing, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, they've got to wait out there for the flag to come up before they can go back into the pits.
Now, Brian, this is where it starts to get really serious. You can see all the canopies are down on the boats, and all the crews are got their boats lined up. Now, these are positions that were determined at the drivers' meeting this morning. They have to hold their lanes out of the start chute, down the first straightaway, and into the first corner. After that, they can change positions.
Now, right now, all those drivers are figuring, how am I going to get out of here? They got to hold their lane till they get to the first pin, the setup pin, and then look out. It's all they can do to hold on. It's every man for themselves. They're coming out.
And it is quiet time. You notice the engines are dead. They cannot have the engines running. Their fingers are poised over the start button. The white flag is up.
They start in gear with lots of gas in those carburetors ready to rumble.
And this is nervous as in the service time, Brian. Here we go. The flag is up.
The number one position out there taken over by Mark Major, and he's going to be ready to roll. Oh, we've got somebody who got a little bit anxious.
That would be Tommy Allison.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to remember, he worked till 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, you know, you just can't stop that twitching sometimes, eh? Tommy Allison, the vertical boat, number 61, he is going to have to get out of there. The white flag is up, and he must, as I understand, wait until all of the boats go past him before he is allowed to start again. And that is
okay, we're racing out in front. Mark Major, number 756, the Wauwatosa Marine Sales and Service Special, 27 years old, and he's got them. What do you think?
Oh, he's going flying way down there. Now, he got a great jump out of there. Boat number 28, I believe, is Ray Halliday. He's in the outside, about fourth position. He had a little stagger there, but it's getting really busy in that bottom corner.
Oh, yes, that's tight. Look at that.
Really busy. Now, it's a nice place to be Mark Major way out in front, but you can see the whole bunch of them there are bunched together. You just saw Peter Ramsey go flying through there. Ray Halliday's in there somewhere. Tommy Allison at the back of the pack. But right now, oh, it is all his way. Look at the
Mark Major out in front. Look at him coming by. Oh, he's looking good.
Oh, beautiful. And Blake Rock, about number 53. And then it's Ray Halliday, Brian Ramsey. Oh, and all together.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Ramsey, Ray Halliday, Brian Babineau, really fighting out for third position there and closing in on Blake Rock. But right now, as you said,
nobody is taking off. There's nobody even close to him.
No, that's
nobody
right.
even close to him. Now, he did this at Bellwood Lake, too. Now, you can bet that the inspector's going to be taking a close look at that boat today. I'm sure Mark's got a lot to do with it, but he wants to make sure that he doesn't have an unfair advantage over the rest of the field because it's incredible you watch him. He has just been holding on to everything this year, and nobody's been able to get close to him.
Well, he is absolutely flying. Mark Major, you know, and he's running one of the few Mercury engines right now. The rest of them, a lot of them, the others are driving OMC products. That Mercury is just absolutely flying.
You could say that Mark Major is setting the water on fire this afternoon.
Absolutely. Look at him going past. That boat is cushioned out. As he sets up for the corner, coming in, you'll watch him kick that boat down the water. The water comes off the front spots. Mark Major hugs those pins tight. And as he comes out of the corner, he trims it up. You see the rest of the boat in the corner there. They started to string out a bit.
756 out in front. He is looking good. Wauwatosa Marine Sales and Service. But Mark Major out in front, and he's holding on to that boat just fantastic today. He's got that dialed right in. He's one with the water today. He's just nailing it. Now you can watch it. He's not getting that much of a rooster tail, so what he's got in the water is pushing it. There's no water going up behind him. He's got it coming down the back straight.
Lots of activity here at the back. We can see Pete Ramsey, boat number 28, that green boat going into the corner. He's presently running in third position, but right now it's Mark Majors. We look at that boat. You can see right under that boat, the propeller is virtually out of the water. It is prop dancing from one end of the straightaway to the other.
And it sounds good too, Harry. Listen to it as he goes by.
Got at least a half a straightaway lead on Blake Rock, who's really pushing number 53. And you can see Blake coming in there being pursued hotly by number 28. That's Pete Ramsey from Dunnville, Ontario. Brian Babineau, 69, running fourth.
Oh, yeah.
Halliday and Tommy Allison really pushing great.
Tommy Allison is up there. You got to remember, he had to stop and let everybody else go by him earlier on, but he's back up there. He's racing, and he got more than half a lap in, Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. Now looking down that back straightaway, you can see Tommy Allison trying to make his move, and boat number 61 going on the outside, but you know Ray Halliday, 231, is going to let him go. But Mark Major, look at, he's all by himself. What has he got working inside that thing? A lot of people want to know.
Oh, boy, do they ever. I'd like to know.
That's right. Now we're looking for a couple more laps. Now this is a 7-lap race, Brian. Now he's completed 3 laps. He's looking very smooth, but you know a lot can happen in those last 4
laps. Oh, it can happen just like that. A piece can break. The boat can go down. A part can come off. But here he comes in second place, right up behind him. I tell you, he's looking good. That's Blake Rock. Now you got to remember, Blake Rock is 55 years old, and he loves this sport. Sponsored Gateway Marine from Espanola, Ontario.
Boat number 28, you can see Tommy Allison is just moving into fourth position. That's boat number 61. Now, if he hadn't had such a bad run, you know, he's a guy that could give our present leader, boat number 756, Mark Major, a run for his money, you know.
Oh, look at him out front, though. 756, I'll tell you, that Mark Major is looking good this afternoon.
Oh, and
as he's coming down the back straight, the sun is coming out to greet him, Harry.
Oh, and that's exactly what he wants to see, you know. When you're running in this water, hiding those waves in the clouds is not a lot of fun. You want to see the water give you a little bit of a shadow so you can see those waves, especially as you said a little earlier, you start buying some of this used water. It gets a little bumpy from one end of the racetrack to the other. And I'm glad to see someone's thinking on their feet here. All we end up doing is keeping our eyes on the boats. Look at Blake Rock coming down here and being hotly pursued right there by Pete Ramsey, just going out of our view.
Oh, yeah, there he is, number 28. He's trying to catch up, but I think we got it pretty much spaced out right now. First place, Mark Major. Second place, Blake Rock. Third place, Pete Ramsey. Followed very closely, dialing him in. That's Tom Allison, number 61.
I'm going to keep a clock on Tom Allison just to see what's happening on him this lap, but we're going to keep our eye right now on our race leader.
There he is, our race leader, number 756. That's Mark Major from Mississauga, Ontario, 27 years old, and hey, wise as he is, he's doing a dynamite job today. Only 27 years old, but I tell you, he's got a lot of racing experience behind him, and he's doing a dynamite job. I think somebody like Mark Major, you're going to be seeing him move up into Formula One just as soon as he can possibly get it together.
Oh, well, absolutely. This is a great class to learn in. I'll tell you, you learn everything you need to know right there. And that is indeed Mark Major going past us. Running up in second position right now, as we see, is Blake Rock in boat number 53. And Blake is really pushing hard.
You can see he's got that checkered flag on the back of that boat, Harry, and he'd love to be able to pick up a checkered flag this weekend.
Peter Ramsey, boat number 28, is in third position. And Tommy Allison completed it in just under 1 minute. I mean, he's running well over 70 miles an hour in his lap time. He's 56 seconds almost exactly on that lap. Now, Tommy Allison would like very much to close in, and if he can get up to third position, he's got a good chance to win this thing overall. But Mark Major, wow, what a piece of driving he is giving us today.
As he's coming down this front straight, he's coming by in front of us here. You just take a look at him. As he's got that planed out and sitting on top of the water, he's getting speeds of close to 100 miles an hour.
Absolutely. The green flag is up for him. That means he's got one more lap, and now he's got to deal with Walter Humphrey in front of him.
Well, this is it. He's running into used water. It may be used, but Mark Major knows exactly what he's doing. There's a man out there who's used to lapping people. It's Mark Major. I don't think he takes a lot of pleasure in it, but he knows how to do it. He knows how to get the job done.
Blake Rock still holding down second position in boat number 53. Peter Ramsey in third, boat number 28. And right beside him in boat number 61, the yellow boat, is Tommy Allison, who has really moved up.
Tommy Allison is getting a great race underneath there. It's a shame about that incident on the docks, but there again is our race leader, 756, coming back and lost back in the first corner. Then he's coming out of it right now. He's coming up the last straight, and that's it over.
He's keeping on the outside of Walter Humphrey. He doesn't want to get into the dirty water. He'll keep all that stuff on the inside. He'll go a little farther as he has to in order to find some calm water at this point. The checkered flag is up.
No, they got the green flag.
Oh, the green flag is for Walter Humphrey. The checkered flag. There it is. Your first heat winner in the class of the SSTs, number 756. That is our good friend Mark Major from Mississauga.
Second place, there he is. Oh, looking good. Number 53, Blake Rock, 55 out of Espanola. And look at that. Oh, he hold him off.
Peter Ramsey's put his hands up in the air. He knows he was just able to hold off the late charge of boat number 61, Tom Allison.
And just able too, Harry.
Yes, exactly. So Tommy Allison's got to be very encouraged by that run. He came up a long way to get back in the race. Ray Halliday, boat number 231, is in 5th position. Brian, boat number 747.
Brian Rodway, yeah, looking good. Beautiful boat, too.
Absolutely. And then finally coming in here, it is boat number 69.
69, oh, Brian Babineau.
And our back marker all the way from Canton, Massachusetts, a young man, Mr. Walter Humphreys, in boat number 274, completes it all today.
You can bet those drivers right now are sitting there on the edge of their seats, and they don't have a lot of room to get up on the edge of those seats.
You can see their hands are going up in the air.
Hands are up.
Brian, that indicates one thing. They're looking down to the referee for today, Mr. Hank Engels, and indicating that, yes, indeed, they are in place. They got everything ready, and that when he would like, they can consider him ready to race. So at this point, the referee will be talking to the
white
starting
flag.
boat.
The white flag is up.
And that, of course, means anytime in the next 15 seconds that flag can drop, and the engines will have to start instantly if they have got a chance. It's nervous time there in the pits. The crews are desperately trying to keep the boat straight, and the drivers are looking on only one thing, that white flag.
This is intense, but they're ready. At the drop of that flag, they're going to rock it.
These guys
right
right
out of
now
there
are twitching. You can guarantee their fingers are twitching over those start buttons. It's entirely up to the discretion.
Oh, the flag is down. We're racing. SST Class underway.
A great start by Mr. Greg Geigood. He just jumped out of there. Troy Wolf right behind him in boat number 11.
Oh, yeah.
We had a little bit of problems with Jim Whittington in number 9. The Hudson did not run.
He's still having a problem, Harry. I don't know what's wrong. That motor just doesn't seem to be pulling its weight today. I don't know what's going on there, but you can bet once you get it dialed in. Now, out in the lead, you've got Greg Griguch, and right beside him, Troy Wolf. Now, these two guys have a running battle between them.
Absolutely. They started racing together in this class, you know, and they've...
Oh, look at that. Look at the move. Troy Wolf takes him.
Give him a little rooster tail right across the face here. Have a little dry in your mouth here.
Yeah.
Suck a little bit of this grand water, and away I go.
Now, as they come down this back straight, you watch them, Harry. They're going to be nailing it into that. That wind is going to be lifting that boat right up and out of the water. And this is where they got to watch it, because they don't look that big. They don't look like they're going that fast, but they'll blow right over in a second.
That's right. And, you know, Troy Wolf is a past Canadian champion in this class. He certainly knows what he's doing, and he has all the expertise of Fred Wolf, Dad. And I'm sure a little bit of advice from his sister to get that boat out in front.
Oh, yeah. Look at him looking over his shoulder. He doesn't want to lose what he's got there.
Oh, and look who's moved. Yes, this young Mr. McElvain has moved right up in there, and he is coming hard and driving hard. I'll tell you, Troy Wolf is looking over his shoulder because he can hear some fire breathing down his back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you, these guys are close together. Willie McElvain and Troy Wolf, they were talking. Willie McElvain was having some problems with his Mariner this week, but perhaps Freddie Wolf and the boys from Mercury are up with some technical assistance, and they seem to have got that problem straightened out. And what he'd like now is to reel in his buddy Troy and just find out how close a race he can make it.
Right, and of course, now Willie McElvain is running a Mariner on the back of his boat, and he is going to be riding. He's got his eyes set on one thing only, and he's saying, "Remember me, Troy? I was the guy who's talking to you nicely in the pits. I'm going to eat you up right now if I can do it."
Yeah,
and
wait,
that's exactly
wait for me. Wait for me, Troy. I'll be right there.
That's exactly right. Well,
Troy said, I ain't waiting for nobody.
That's right. We can see number 17 is dropping back a bit. That's Greg Geigood. He's just out of the back of the corner there. We're looking right now at the inside. That's Troy Wolf, and he's holding down first position, number 11. And you can see Willie McElvain is trying to make his move. He's moved onto the inside lane.
Look at the air that Troy's got underneath that boat. He's on the edge right now, and that's as fast as you can get it. Look at that boat. It's out of the water.
And Willie McElvain coming up on the inside. Troy is looking over his shoulder. He's saying, "Have I got enough room in the upper ramp?" And he's going to have. Oh, Willie McElvain made a tactical error. He went outside, but he's come right back inside. Willie McElvain is not going to give up anything here. You know, Mom and Dad had on Willie McIlvaine. They're his teeth through, and they're up and down right now, jumping, yelling, screaming. Willie had better produce results.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, they just want Willie to live, and Willie came awful close to running into Troy that time.
That's right. Well, Troy did exactly right. He looked over his shoulder. He saw that he had what they call an overlap, which is enough room between his stern and the bow of the boat behind him to move over. That forced Willie McIlvaine to go across the wake. He ate a little rooster tail. He had to swing wide, and it cost him some yardage.
That cost him a mile an hour or two coming into that, but you watch him as they come back down this back straight again. Both these boats are trimmed right up and out, and you can see right underneath them. Now, you got to remember, these are only 40 horsepower engines.
Willie McIlvaine is trying exactly the same maneuver again. He's gone inside. You know what? Troy's a little sharper. He has not swung as wide, so Willie McIlvaine is not going to have the room this time. Troy is closing the door on him early.
Oh, yeah. No, you can see it right now. He's got it on top of him there. Now, he doesn't have a lot more on him, but maybe 10 boat lengths, but
hey,
that's not a lot in this race. Something happens. It can happen.
These two are making a boat race out of it, I'll tell you. Now, Willie McIlvaine's got to learn. He made a good move there. He went outside and then inside. He picked up at least 3 boat lengths. Now, he got a little
he caught it again.
He should have went out wide on that.
It's a shame. He was right up to him, but hey, yeah, it's boat racing. It's going to happen again. That's why we got all the corners.
What Willie's got to do there when he makes a move like that is he went outside, inside, but when he comes back on the top of that corner, he's got to go outside of the outside lane. When he hooked it tight to try to hold his yardage, he lost all the speed. Like you said, he dropped 2 or 3 miles an hour, and Troy Wolf was gone.
Yep. Well, that's it. He was dropping 2 or 3 miles an hour, and Troy was picking up 2 or 3 miles an hour, and that difference was just too much for him. But you can see him in that back corner, and you're right now. You got the leader, and right behind him, number 10 in second place, Willie McIlvaine from Calgary, Alberta, and he's coming in again now. You watch him as they come up here now. He's bouncing it. He's got to get some air underneath. You can see Troy's already got that cushion of air right underneath him, and he's riding it.
Now, Willie McIlvaine took a little longer to get his boat completely leveled out. Troy seemed to find that balance point just a little quicker. That gives him another 5, 6, 8 yards without him thinking about it. And he has stretched out his lead. Instead of 5, 6 boat lengths now, it's about 12.
Now, let's see if Willie tries that again. I like that. I like his style. He tucks it in. He moves it out. And he's in there.
He really hooks it hard, but he loses his speed. Now, this is where he's got to go wide, but he's trying to stay inside, and you can see what happens. Troy Wolf just gets up, and away he goes. Number 11, Troy Wolf.
Yes, last year's national champion in the Sports C class. He knows what he's doing. He's not a novice out there. He's won before. He likes winning. He wants to win again.
And we've seen the front 2 boats sort of run away from the rest of the pack. Number 17, Greg Geigouch, has dropped way back. But right now it is strictly a 2-boat race. But you know what? This isn't over by any means. We still got a lap or so to go. And we have seen Troy Wolf getting more than his hands full with Willie McIlvaine.
Well, Willie's a fighter, and you can bet he's not going to give up. He's not going to say this race over. Look at him, he's starting the outside now.
Changed his tactics. Willie McIlvaine is learning even as he's out there in the race course. It's a great school, and as he went into the corner, he saw Troy Wolf looking over his inside shoulder. He let Troy take one look at him.
Look at Troy looking back now. Where is he?
Right, and he just looked, and he said, "Where are you? You are on your outside shoulder. Look at her eyes. What are you doing?"
Look at that.
Willie McIlvaine going inside.
That's called air, and there he goes.
He is going inside, outside, and Troy Wolf has just had his lead disappear. He shut the door on Willie McIlvaine. Now, that was good driving. He went inside, outside. He hid in the rooster tail, and Troy Wolf had no idea where Willie McIlvaine was.
Well, that's a little bit of hide and seek, and it worked for Willie there, but Troy is no beginner. He's not going to let him get away with it that easy.
All Willie McIlvaine is saying right now is, I wish this straightaway was another 20 yards longer. I would have had him. But
would have had him.
Troy is saying, no, not today, my friend, not today.
That's it, would have, and if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bus.
That's right. Here we go. The green flag is now up. We've almost completed our last lap. We're looking at the bottom corner. It is still Troy Wolf in boat number 11, Canada's national champion, holding down first position. Willie McIlvaine has got one last shot at it. You can see he's going inside. He knows he doesn't have to worry about the top corner. He's only got one thing to worry about, and that's a blind outrun of speed right to the finish line.
That's it. You can bet he's going to have that trimmed out and sitting on top of the water, getting as much air as he can underneath there. Reduce that drag, get as much speed as he possibly can.
What a great...
And it just ain't going to happen.
Oh, Troy Wolf.
There he is, your winner, number 11, Troy Wolf. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Troy. Number 10, Willie McIlvaine in second place.
Oh, and not more than about 3 boat lengths behind each other. You know, they are really had a great run there.
That was good competitive racing, Harry, and it was a lot of fun to watch, too. There's number 17. That's Gregory Grey Gooch running up in third place.
I believe that's number 9, Jim Whittington, coming up in 4th position, and he's looking up there good. He had a problem there at the start, never did get it sorted out. And right now, Brian, we have Murderers Row.
Well, the white flag is up. Now, remember, we saw them in time trials. Now we're going to see them side by side as they thunder down at 140 miles an hour. It's time for Thunder on the Grand.
And we have no idea when these motors are going to jump to life, but it could be now or 2 seconds or 10 seconds. The white flag is up. We're looking at the back of Mike Werner's boat there, side by side. Robert T. Stanley.
You bet they get a little bit wet, too, as they take off because they're wailing. They're starting in gear, and they're throttled right out.
Watch out for Robert T. Stanley, boat number 79. He is one who won here last year, and he certainly is gaining experience in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Look at those boats.
Look at Mike Werner
water.
take off. Look at that. He's got a good jump. Number 46, Robbie Size. He's not taking any trouble from nobody.
Mike Werner and Rob Size and Robert Stanley just blew out of there. Ted Greguch a little bit further than the outside, but you know, maybe that's not such a bad place to be right now because it's going to be busier than a beehive in that first corner.
Yep, holding on to the lead. There he is, Robbie Size, number 46. Oh, he's looking good.
2-4-1, Mike Werner on the outside. Coming inside, it is Robert Stanley who's going to try something he saw from my young McIlvain last heat. He's trying to come inside, but look what's happening on the outside.
Yeah, look at him come by.
Mike Werner, Robbie Size, Robert Stanley, Ted Greguch, all in there together. Oh, look at the water all over the place.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's a rooster tail. Oh, yeah. Oh.
And these boys are flying. You can take a look at Robbie Size and that beautiful Nautilus boat number 46. Our cameras can barely even keep up with them as they're flying down that back straightaway, already into the top corner. Across through the entrance pin, the setup pin, into the exit pin. Mike Werner right behind him, Brian.
Oh, yeah. You got to like the way Robbie's handling that boat today. He loves this water. He loves the chop on it. He loves the air that comes underneath it. He's up on top. You can see he's riding a little bit higher up in the air. He's up on top of it. But hey, oh, there he is, number 241. That's Michael Werner. He's not giving up on anything. Number 79, Robert Stanley. He's not backing off. At 17, Teddy Greguch said, hey, guys, you ain't taking off on me.
Absolutely. Mike Werner, you can see his tactic right now. You see him running on the outside of our leader, number 46, right there. Mike Werner has gone the outside. He'll try to cut across his wake and come inside on him and try to nip him in the bud. Yep, but you know what? Nobody's going to go inside Robbie Size. Nobody.
Oh,
Not
we're
today.
going wide. Oh, yeah, but he's holding on to it. Robbie Size right down the middle. He gets that boat right up on top. He's got the air underneath it. There's absolutely nothing holding him back. Just horsepower to push him ahead. And
Mike Werner, 2-4-1, trying to find some kind of a chink in Rob Size armor, but you know, there doesn't seem to be anything there at the present time.
No, there is no such thing as a chink in that armor. Something's got to happen. Now, he knows what he's doing. He's got that boat dialed in. If he can hold on to it, you're looking at the finish right now. Up in front, it's Robbie Size. Right behind him, yeah, Michael Werner, third place, Robert T. Stanley, and followed up very closely, not giving up an inch. Back at the back, it's Yepper, number 78, Teddy Greguch.
Okay, now we're taking a look at, once again, the way that boat is leveled out. He doesn't look like he's working that craft at all. It looks like it's flat, it's easy. Mike Werner has got a lot of pushing to do to catch him.
And as you see him dive it into that corner, he hooks it, he pulls it right around, and I tell you, what are the G's they're pushing on there?
Oh, they're pulling out at least 2.5 times the force of gravity. Mike Werner was telling me last year that sometimes he goes in the boat corner so hard that he will momentarily black out. And that will then come back as soon as he cranks it up.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll wake him up quick. You can bet on it. There's number 241, second place boat, Michael Werner, trying to reel in our leader, number 46, Robbie Size.
No, I raced against Mike Werner in this course many, many years ago, and Mike used to love to go and hide in the weeds, is what we used to call him. And that's exactly what he's doing. He runs wide, he tries to come out of the weeds on your blind side, but you know, Robbie Size also raced against Mike Werner. He knows exactly what Mike's all about.
They've raced each other quite a few times. They know what one each other down to their gear all the time. Oh, you gotta love to feel the spray of that rooster tail as they drive by, Harry.
It's the only cooling we're gonna get up here today, I'll tell you right now. Mike Werner pushing very, very hard. He's got to be really hot and bothered inside that cockpit because no matter what he's doing, this man is having a great run today out there in front of him, Rob Size.
You can tell as they come down the back stretch, you could see that Robbie Size was up out of the water more. He's on top. I think it's the hull design because 241 Michael Werner seems to be farther down in the water, not getting as much air as Robbie Size is. He's up on top a lot higher.
And rocking going through the corners there. You can see Mike was rocking from sponson to sponson as he went in. And that's got to mean that he's riding right at the, what we call the hairy edge of disaster. 2-4-1, Mike Werner trying ever so hard. He's running in second position, but you can see in that camera shot that there is absolutely no view whatsoever of Rob Size at all.
No, he's
there he is.
Like you said, now you look at the air. Look at the air that he's getting underneath that boat. Robbie Size, you see how much you can see underneath that boat. Now, if we can get a shot again from our 241 boat. Now, you can see underneath there.
But not nearly as much air,
Nope.
and not as flat as what we see of Rob Size. Mike's boat seems to be dropped back in the stern a bit. Robbie Size's boat is completely level, going down. It has absolutely no problem negotiating this course at all.
Yep, there's our second place boat. 241, Michael Werner trying to reel in our leader. 46, Robbie Size. And there he is right now. He's feeling comfy, but not too comfy because he knows anything can happen in boat racing.
You know, all that engine has to do is cough for 1 split second, and Mike Werner will be right in his rooster tail.
Oh, well, Mike likes to do that.
Yes, indeed, he does. And Michael is not going to give up anything. They still got a couple of laps to go. Robbie Size, look at that boat setting up for the corner. He hooks it, he drives it down to the corner, and that's going through so smoothly. You know, it doesn't look like he's traveling fast, but that's over 100 miles an hour in that corner.
Oh, yeah.
2-4-1, Mike Werner in and out of the corner, and there's 46. Robbie Size already 3 quarters way down the straightaway.
Oh, he's looking good today.
A great race, if we can only get a shot of it at some point, going on for third and fourth position is Ted
something's
Greiguch.
happening.
Ted Greiguch at the back.
Ted Greiguch is taking him.
There
he is.
Number 17, Ted Greiguch, and Robert T. Stanley.
Robert isn't giving him up that easy. He's saying, hang on there. Where do you think you're going, Teddy?
Great camera work here by our guys, giving us a great shot, but there is Michael Werner still running in second position, 2-4-1. Dunnville home.
Yeah. It's thunder on the Grand.
Oh, and Robbie Size now is taking a look ahead. You know, it's a 10-lap race. Fortunately, both Robert T. Stanley and Ted Greiguch are running fast, but Robert T. Stanley has had engine problems, Brian.
Well, you can see that at the back of the pack. Ted has taken over third place very comfortably. You can hear as he's coming by their third place boat, now fourth place boat, Robert Stanley. Something's wrong. Something's given up on that boat. Something has gone away. But you can bet as soon as they're out of the water, they'll be having a look at it. The green flag is up, Harry.
One more lap, and Robert Stanley has died in the corner over the top. Now this is an opportunity.
He's got it going again.
He's trying to get out of Robbie Size's way. Robbie Size hit the rooster tail. Not enough an advantage for Mike. You know, I got to be fuel pump problems for Robert Stanley. That's all it is, because that engine is flying down the back straightaway.
Oh, yeah. He's giving up something. You can bet on it because Robert Stanley is always in there. But you can see him. There he goes. There goes our leader, Robbie Size. Now, you can bet he's not going to do anything crazy here.
No, he's not. He's going to go outside him. He's going to take the easy way in.
Oh, yeah.
The nose up in the air. What are we talking about?
That
we
ain't
know
no
nothing.
airplane, Robbie. Keep it on the water.
Oh, dear. Heart attack time. But it is
Coming
Robbie
down.
Size.
Taking the checkered flag.
In his head. Robbie
Hands up.
Size.
Oh, he's happy.
Michael Werner, second position.
Yes, indeed. He's got that hand up out of the boat right now, Harry, and he feels good about things. And you can bet right now that Michael Werner's up there behind him in second place. He's saying, I know what I got to do, and I'm going to do it as soon as I get back there. So don't be feeling too confident there, Robbie. Our third place finisher, number 17, Ted Greiguch.
Now, Ted Greiguch, boat number 17. He had that rough start, and then he had to do a lot of work to get back up, pull past Robert Stanley, of course. Robert obviously saying enough's enough. This fuel pump's got to go. He's heading right back in the pit, so he's our fourth place.
Thunder on the Grand 95 is made possible through the generous support of Labatt's, Henco Homes, Mountain Cablevision, 820 Chan, and the Mitchell Group Insurance.
right now that Robbie Gordon wants that jump. He wants that lead. You get the lead, you get the clean water. Everybody behind you's got to catch up to you. You're in front, and they all want a piece of you.
That's right, and Craig Ferrier had that great start last time. He's hoping for the same thing this time, and Jimmy Allen would just like to get out of there a little cleaner this time.
Yeah, and you can bet that Rick Guitard's been working on that. He wants his to come out of the water, and he wants it to work right off the start.
Exactly. And there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, great start by Jimmy Allen.
Oh, right.
Whoa, did he get out in a hurry? A little bit of a stagger start for 737. Now the pole position starts to come into play with Robbie Gordon, but boy, did Jimmy jump.
Bobby's up there. Look at him, he's going. He's moving it right up. He's got the lead on Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen in second place, out in front, Robbie Gordon.
It's Craig Ferrier in third position. I believe that's your good friend number 18, Tard, in fourth position, but he seems to be throwing a lot of water out the back. But oh, Robbie Gordon, look at that setup going in that corner. Isn't that some pretty?
That's a pretty boat, I tell you. He knows what he's doing with it, too.
And Robbie Gordon now, his job is to keep his eyes on what's happening behind him and look out for the wind in front of him. That boat is coming down the straightaway, balanced as he is trimming it out.
There
on
he
a
is.
little pad.
On the pad.
You
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the nose get way up on him then. He had to bring that nose down in a hurry because he is flying on the hairy edge of disaster out there.
And you got to remember, they got it all at the touch of their hand. They're right on the finger of the trim, and Jimmy Allen is not backing off.
Jimmy Allen is pushing. And Craig Ferrier in third position, but Robbie Gordon has got a nice little 8 boat length lead. And there it is. He's in, he's out. There's Craig Ferrier coming through the corner, and we're looking for Rick Tard. And there's Mr. Tard coming through. Tammy Wolf the back, pushing number 91, but we're looking for down the front straight. There he is, boat
Our
number
race
52.
leader, number 52, Robbie Gordon, 27 years old, out of Oshawa. Sponsored by Full Auto, and let me tell you, he's full out.
Absolutely it is, Brian. And his foot is pushing right through the floor. You can tell that fiberglass is starting to ooze a little resin because he's pushing so hard.
Well, I tell you, that foot's always to the floor. They pick it up and slow it down with a touch of a button. It's called a trim tab. They get it up, they get it down. You can pull it in and push it hard.
And away they go. And look at that. Right now, you see a little quick short look over his outside shoulder, just checking to see if anybody's trying anything funny.
Yeah,
Nothing there.
Second place, Jimmy Allen. He's not going to give up. He's going to try to find a way around it. But the way that Robbie Gordon is running today, he's up. Oh, yeah.
Little air underneath him that time. Not what he expected. And you can see Jimmy Allen, but right there is Robbie Gordon. He sets it down just for a little bit of comfort going through the corner. And he trims it out. That engine kicks out. The boat comes up on its cushion air, and he's gone to town.
Yeah, he's running really good today. It's really going to take a lot of luck to catch up to him. As you can see, he's got almost a full-length lead down the straightaway there. So he's got it. He knows he's comfy, and but let me tell you, better not get too comfy because Jimmy Allen's right behind him, and Craig Ferrier's right behind him, and these guys are ready to pounce. Something happens, and hey, that's it. That's boat racing, and we're catching up.
That's right, and Robbie Gordon is now thinking very seriously about a couple of issues. He has got a nice lead. He's got about a half a straightaway lead on Jimmy Allen. So a couple of things are going through his mind. A, what is the wind going to do? B, is there a chance for me to improve my position by pressing harder, or am I stupid just by going too far and doing too much? So he's now got to become not just a fast driver, but a smart driver.
Well, that's it. He knows he's got the advantage. He knows he's got a good cushion up front, and he's not going to push it too bad. But he's not going to back off enough to let that number 93 second place boat of Jimmy Allen catch up either.
You don't want to let Jimmy Allen become a factor in your nightmare because he'll make a big mess of things, that's for sure.
Well, there he is, our race leader, number 52. Robbie Gordon got it all in hand.
And we see some back markers coming down there. Both number 93, Jimmy Allen, jumping up and down on the water on that back straightaway. He, as you said, he has got his foot to the floor. He is trying absolutely his hardest to get back into this situation.
Oh, yeah.
But there, you can see right now, Robbie Gordon
a lot of the
going in.
spectators out on the course, and a couple of those guys down there actually, I don't know what they're doing that close. I don't think they want to see it that close. Not
No,
as it runs over them.
I don't think I'd want to see one of these little boats starting to bounce around looking like it's not really in the water coming at me. But there it is, Robbie Gordon. Now he's got a couple more laps to complete. He is stretching out his lead ever so slightly, each one, and that's exactly the right thing to do.
Yep.
Don't hold your position. Don't back off. Just continue to do what you have done so far. And that's what he's doing. He's got the balance. He's
set up. He's got it all. He's got it dialed in. The boat, the driver, the motor, everything is working in unison. And when they do that, there's you know, you've got it made. It's the combination, and that's what they're out there looking for. And seems that Robbie Gordon has got that combination dialed in today. And there he is, number 93. He's not giving up an inch. You know, sorry, that's Jimmy Allen. He's saying, come on, wait for me, Rob. Rob's saying, not a chance, Jimmy, catch me.
Well, you know, you were talking about getting everything right, and Canada's national champion in the 100-meter dash, Donovan Bailey, talked about getting into a zone where nothing else matters. You can't see anything else. You can't hear anything else. You are focused entirely on that one thing. And if I got to guess right now, I would say that Rob Gordon is in a zone.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, he's one with his machine right now. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's, you know, you can bet he's going to be trying a few little things, too, because he's got enough of a lead that if he, something does happen, he backs off, he goes, loses a mile an hour or two.
It's not critical.
It's not critical.
That's right. Now, this is one beautiful piece of driving. Our referee, Mr. Hank Engels, looking carefully at all the drivers as they come past. And there's Robbie Gordon rocketing past, followed closely enough by number 93, Jim Allen. Jim Allen is still a factor in this race.
Well, this is it. You know, anything can happen. Something happens to Robbie Gordon's boat, and Jimmy Allen knows he's a winner.
Jimmy Allen, 93, you can see that he's really working, taking through that boat. Look at it jumping around in that corner as he's trying to sail it down on the water. But look at that.
Oh, he's looking good out there today, isn't he?
Oh, that looks
Harry,
so
look at it.
smooth.
He's set right up. He's trimmed it in. He's on the pad. He's in the air. He couldn't run a cleaner race.
It's poetry is what it is. For anybody who loves machinery, it's poetry, and there he is, lapping Tammy
He's catching
Wolf.
up on Tammy Wolf now, our back marker, and like I said, Tammy's out there. She's getting the feel of it. She's checking it out, and she knows enough to get out of the racer's way. She's out there to get the hours in, to get the time, to get the experience, and that's how you got to move up in these classes, and that's exactly what she's doing.
And what she'll do right now is she's going up there. I don't think that she won't be looking over to her right to see what Robbie Gordon's doing and thinking, well, maybe I could try a little of that next
she's
time.
saying one day that'll be me.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and you'll be me.
Yeah.
That's what she's thinking. But Robbie Gordon continuing to run, running hard.
Oh,
running hard.
dancing, just dancing.
Absolutely. Look at him rock from side to side.
Oh, he's having fun too. And
You
that's
bet
what
he
it's
is.
all about. Winning is what it's all about, but having fun is good too.
You bet he is. That boat out there, and you know, these boats are entertainment from one end of the straightaway to the other. They're rocking, they're rolling, they're dipping, they're diving. I'll tell you, you never go to sleep at the wheel of an EP.
Oh, no, not at all. You can bet he's concentrating. He's got it all. But right now he's saying, hey, I've got enough of a lead. Let's see how much higher I can get it. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what happens there. A little bit of experimenting around because he knows that he's got a lead and he can still hold on to it no matter if he even makes a little mistake. Not a big mistake, mind you, just
a little one.
mistake.
A little ones are okay at this point. But you know, unless I'm making my mistake and judgments here, I would say that Jimmy Allen has crept up a bit on Rob Gordon. Rather than being more almost three-quarters of a straightaway away, he's now within half a straightaway, maybe a little tighter than that. So
yeah, but look at Robbie Gordon dance. Look at that up on the water. You know, everybody says, hey, I'd like to go for a boat ride. Well, I'll tell you, if you're with him right now, you're holding on.
That's right. This is not a boat ride, ladies and gentlemen. This is an airplane trip. The green flag is up, which indicates one more lap of racing. All Robbie Gordon has to do is hold on for one more lap. By virtue of his first place finish in the first heat, he would automatically be awarded first place in the second. But you know, Jimmy Allen has not quit.
No.
Look at him going in hard into that corner, and he is hammering that boat through that corner. He knows that he has closed the gap, and he is going for it. He says, come on, maybe if you see me, you'll make a mistake.
Let me tell you, Robbie Gordon doesn't look like he's going to make any mistakes right now. But Jimmy Allen is dancing that boat down the back straight. He wants to catch up to Robbie Gordon, our race leader. Coming into corner one down there right now. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's got it in the bag. As long as everything works, doesn't break, just hold on to it, Robbie. You got it in the bag.
He's got it shut down. He is not doing any high, wide, and crazy dancing.
Oh, yeah, you know Robbie. He's just saying, okay.
Here it comes. Now he'll put the foot to the floor. The trim comes up. The boat is way up. The checker flag, you can see it in the hands just behind our referee there. The flag is up in the air. That indicates that we are waiting for Robbie Gordon to cross the finish line. And ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Gordon, your winner
Yes,
today.
EP class, two victories
class.
in a row. I tell you, gotta like it. Robbie is running good today, and if he keeps that up for tomorrow,
Second place.
There he goes, Jimmy Allen. Way to go, Jimmy. Great race. Hand up in the air. I wouldn't take one of my hands off that steering wheel, let me tell you, Harry.
Not until it's shut down and everything's quiet is what I'd want. Great race here.
Oh, look at this. Oh.
Barrier, third place.
He's looking. Look at him dance that voodoo.
And he's been fighting it. Tammy, of course, still has one more lap to go to complete her race because she has been lapped. And look who's coming into fourth position here.
Ricky Attard. He likes to dance that. That's got that Mercury XS 650 on the back. And Yeah, not too many black ones out there today. There's 911 and another Mercury XS 650. That's Dave Whittington having some fun in 911.
We're here with the Wolf team and the Wolf family, Fred and daughter Tammy. A great day of racing. Fred, your association with boat racing goes back as far as I can remember. You have fathered just about everybody here in terms of keeping the engines together. Any unusual things today, or just the usual one after another of broken bits and pieces?
Well, I guess I always look in the water first, see if there's wind coming up or what's happening with the conditions of the race course. And there's gusts of winds here, but Dunnville's always been known for a little gusty wind, so I always caution all drivers basically to be careful on the gust of winds. And today basically there was some, but most of the drivers, or all of them, had a good race course. I go back to Tammy. That's what I tell our children too.
Tammy, I'm sure you got some instructions about the Dunnville race. I know that you've been here for years watching it. Did Dad have any pearls of wisdom to pass on to you before you went out in your first race here at Dunnville?
Just to really watch the wind and be careful, and just to challenge myself as much as possible at the races.
Did you have some restrictions today in terms of referees, instructions, or anything else? Or did Dad tell you not to run too hard?
No, I didn't have any restrictions at all. It's my first race that I didn't have any restrictions because it's my first year and I'm still like a novice driver.
But they're now giving you okay to run hard.
They are, yeah.
How does that make you feel, Dad, when your daughter is now free to run as fast as she wants?
Well, it was a little scary because I came up to her before at the meeting, a driver's meeting, and says, "Why don't you start last?" And she says, "No way, Dad, this is my chance."
So I guess you're now being pushed aside, so this is one racer you can't father at this time?
Just about, but what I did, we raced the engine a little bit, and she doesn't know it. We put the wrong prop on.
White flag is up, ladies and gentlemen, and that means anytime in the next 15 seconds it will drop. This is the second heat of the SST class, and it is going to be a battle royal. Pick your favorites right now, because any one of these drivers can get the jump. White flag is up.
It's quiet,
Very.
but not for long.
Fingers poised over the start buttons. Eyes on the flag. There it is, a quick jump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a good start by a couple of
Blake
boats
Rock
there.
out front.
Blake Rock, Tommy Allison pretty quick. Peter Ramsey out there, and don't forget number 756, Mark Major. He's got a really good jump out there too, but Blake Rock seems to have a little bit of an advantage. Unfortunately, he's not on the inside. That belongs to Mark Major, and you know that's going to pay a big dividend when it gets down to that top corner.
Yeah, but Blake's not giving up anything on him. Watch him, Harry.
Blake
Blake's not
Rock
giving up.
has
He
the
cut him
lead,
off. That's
and
it.
he closed the door on him.
That's it. Now
Blake
he's up
Rock,
front.
number 53, has closed the door, forcing Mark Major to go wide. Peter Ramsey on the outside. Tommy Allison, just we predicted, is coming on the outside as well. So it's one belonging to Blake Rock, and then 2, 3, 4 belongs to anybody.
Oh, yes.
Peter
Look at him go.
Ramsey
They're
has
there.
moved into second. Peter Ramsey. Third position, Mark Major. Tommy Allison, a boat number 2.
Oh, yeah. Now we're racing.
And we have a boat race. Look at those two boats up there. We have a hornet's nest of boats. In, out, water all over the place. It's impossible to say who's doing what, except to say that everybody's in and everybody's out safely at that first corner.
And there's our race leader, number 53, Blake Rock. He's 55 years old, out of Espanola, sponsored by Gateway Marine, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's got the experience, but you can bet right behind him, that's 28 Pete Ramsey. He's up there, he wants it, and right behind him, oh yeah, 756 Mark Major. He's not giving up nothing. He says, I want out front.
And 61 behind him is Tom Allison, but right now it is the front three boats who seem to be opening up a bit of a lead on the rest of the pack, and it is being set right now by that man, Blake Rock, in boat number 53.
And as you can see, Harry, Blake's picking up quite the lead down that straightway. He's not giving up anything. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's got it dialed in. Oh, yeah. We've got him. Oh, looking good.
Blake Rock going in, but we're going to see right now number 28 has been passed by 256. That is.
Oh, and the inside line.
Mark Major has gone inside. He has picked up second position. Now Blake Rock has to worry about Mark Major, I'll tell you.
Well, I tell you, he's looking pretty confident, too. Blake Rock knows exactly what he's doing. He gets that boat dialed in, and I tell you, he's unstoppable. But if anybody can stop him, it's Mark Major right behind him.
Absolutely. Peter Ramsey is dropping back in third position, and it is still Tom Allison in fourth. But right now, this race belongs to Blake Rock. Now, you know, he cannot slow down because he knows who finished first. It's the guy who's behind him in second, and he has to have a faster time than the first place finisher in the first heat. That would be Mark Major. So Blake's got his foot to the floor.
Well, Blake isn't giving up anything right now. He's got it nailed down there, and he's working fine. You can see that boat sitting right up on top of the water. He's got it dialed in. He's got it trimmed up. Pulling the trim, catch that corner, and he's into it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Really still close for second, third, and fourth. Tommy Allison has pulled it up a bit. Ray Halliday running fifth. And it is boat number 78. That's Brian Benton, sixth, and 69, Brian Babineau at the back. But right now,
53, Blake Rock, he likes it. He's got a good 15, 20-foot boat lead there, and I tell you, he's got to like it. I know I do, and I'm really happy for him. Blake's a heck of a nice guy, and he's a consistent racer.
I think we have a problem with Mark Major. He seems to have just slowed down appreciably. Mark Major, a little difficulty going down that back straight because Peter Ramsey has pulled up beside him. He's gone outside, as has Tommy Allison. It could be a big disappointment for Mark Major.
That's a tough break for Mark Major because, like Mark won the last heat. Now, Blake Rock came in second last heat. Now, if Blake wins this heat, and he came in second last time, and Mark Major comes in second, what they're going to do is use the times and figure it out. But I think they're running a faster race than they did last time, Harry.
Well, whatever the problem was that Mark had, he seemed to straighten it out because as soon as he put his foot down, the boat exploded. But they have bunched up again. They have definitely bunched up. Blake Rock, his lead has dwindled down to about 6 boat lengths. And Tommy Allison is not out of it by any chance. You can see him there running hard on the heels of Peter Ramsey.
Yeah, but you got to watch him behind there, you know, because right behind Pete Ramsey is 61 Tommy Allison. Don't count him out yet. But you don't have that much space between it. There's our race leader, number 53, Blake Rock. But right behind him,
Mark Major right there, and then Peter Ramsey and Tom Allison. You could tie a couple of feet of rope between those guys, and they all be together.
Oh, you got it. But they, they're opening up quite a lead on the rest of the field.
Absolutely. These 4 front runners are running and hiding from everybody else, and it is anybody's race.
There's second and third place for you right now. That's Pete Ramsey. You're right behind him.
And fourth place belongs to Tommy Allison.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look what's happening at the top of the front course.
Oh,
Blake Rock. Blake Rock has been caught by Mark Major. Mark Major on the inside. Blake Rock on the outside.
He's got him. He's got him on the inside. Mark Major is looking good. I tell you, here you can't argue with this man's method. He was behind. He was from third. Now he came to second. Now he's back into the lead in first place.
And you know, I think this is not over yet, though, because look at Blake Rock. He's on the outside, but I know enough about Blake Rock that he is not going to quit.
No. Blake doesn't give up. But
he's going to go outside. He'll try to come inside.
He wants to know what happened there.
Not a chance. He got caught in the dirty water. Mark Major played it exactly right. Mark has kept him on the outside hip, and Mark is going, see ya.
Oh, yeah, he's dancing it. He's got it right on the edge, and you can see right just by the sponsons and how much air you can see underneath the back of that boat. All you can see is air, a teeny-weeny little prop doing 14,000 RPM and a couple inches of sponson.
Unbelievable, Mark Major. I thought we might have a disappointment there for him 2 laps ago. He slowed down, but it could have been just a little dirt in the gas. He could have just seen something in the water that he had to maneuver.
Oh, but he sets that boat up so beautifully, Harry. Look at him go.
Nothing wrong with that boat, is there?
No, I tell you, it's not only a good-looking boat, but it's a very talented driver behind the wheel, too.
I think it's a little too late to go and bet, isn't it?
Oh, can I?
No, I don't think so.
I'll tell you what, Harry, I'll bet you a beer.
All right, we're on to that one. And we are still looking at the bottom corner. There's Blake Rock running in second position. He's number 53, but there's Mark Major coming out of the corner.
Our race leader's got himself set up so perfectly. I mean, the driver, the boat, the motor, the wind, the conditions, the water, everything is working in Mark Major's favor today.
Absolutely. It's something else to watch right now. The green flag indicates
green flag, one more lap.
Is still Blake Rock running second. Peter Ramsey has held off the hard-charging Tom Allison for third and fourth positions. They are taking the green flag, and back there you can see the rest of them, but it doesn't matter. This is the man that matters.
There he goes, and he's looking good. Our leader, 756, Mark Major, the last lap, and he's got it coming around, and he has stretched out a lead over Blake Rock that right now I don't think that anything short of a breakdown, and Mark Major's got this.
Wauwatosa Marine Sales and Service, that sponsor of that beautiful boat, are very happy. I'm sure we've just seen one boat go dead in the water. That's Brian Benton.
Brian Benton again. That's a shame.
But we got to get back to the finish line because coming out,
there he is,
looking clean, and you
our
can't even see. There is Blake Rock coming in, but Mark Major It's your call here, Brian. Take it in for us.
The checkered flag is coming out. It's being waved in the air at number 756, Mark Major. 2 wins in a row, Mark. Way to go. A heck of a job. Second place going to Blake Rock out of Espanola. And, look who's got third place. It's Tommy Allison. Vertigo Nice Club looking good. And taking fourth, number 28, Pete Ramsey, local boy out of Dunnville, Ontario.
We just got some news that I think we're going to have to share with the people in the stands, and unfortunately some of the people are not going to want to hear what they just heard. Brian, as we're sitting here listening into the chit-chat between the referee and the pit manager and everything else, there's some unfortunate news about boat number 53, Blake Rock.
Well, unfortunately, Blake Rock, and I can't believe it, Blake has got a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge in this sport, and he's been racing for many years. Like I said, he's got a lot of experience, but unfortunately, 53 Blake Rock has been disqualified.
He was caught, and without doubt, if it's been said by the refereeing team that we got here today, he did it. He was caught making a lane change, and my suspicion is at the very beginning there, when he had that great jump, and then he had Mark Major coming hard up on the inside of him, that he closed the door a little too soon. You can't do that until you're into the corner. You've got to let him come into the corner before you change lanes, and of course, that was unfortunate, but it cost him the race.
Well, we're in the pits right now. We've got Blake Rock from Espanola. Blake, we had a little bit of a problem. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I was second on the dock, and the ruling is that you must hold your lane around the first entrance corner. And what happened to me was that the Merc was on the right of me, on the left of me, and I get good hole shots. And what happened, we went to the pin, I was a little ahead of him, and I just sort of cut him off a little bit, and it's in the rule, and I know it, and it was a good call as far as I'm concerned on the referee's part.
Flag is up. Remember the great race from the first heat. Watch that flag. As soon as it drops,
We're gonna be racing.
and flying. The wind is coming up. That should make for a very interesting front straightaway.
You can really feel that wind coming up now, Harry, and it's gonna really make some of these drivers think about it as they come. That's down.
And there it is. Oh, another good start there by Greg.
Yes,
and McIlvain is out again quickly. Troy Wolf a little slow this time.
Bad start for Troy on that one, but out in the lead, it's our leader, number 17, Greg Griguch, Speedmaster Marine.
Number 10 is Mr. McIlvain from Calgary, young Will, and his dad will be happy about the good jump that he got there.
Oh yeah, no, they got to be happy about that.
And the rest of them, Herb White on the outside, number 88, and it looked like 43, that was Kevin Farrow, who's running in fourth position. But right now, it's Griguch, and right beside him, McIlvain going in side by side. You can see them nose to tail there.
Oh yeah, no, you got to watch that white boat. That's Gregory Griguch, his father, Ted Griguch. You can bet he's taught him a few tricks while they were back up there, and he's trimming it in. He's got it up in the air, settling it down, and he's rocking down the straight. He's coming in there, but look who's coming on the outside.
Oh yeah,
that yellow boat, number 11.
You know, it's a very difficult thing right now. Look what McIlvain's doing. He's drifting over, and he's forcing Troy Wolf over to the side. Oh, so it's a wind problem. He's going up, and he bangs the boat down. Oh, Dave McIlvain. Starts in trouble. Hold that boat on.
Willie.
Oh, what a piece of drive by that man. That boat, for all reasons, should have been gone, but he held it on.
And look at that, coming up beside him on the outside, the 11 boat, that's Troy Wolf bringing in Greg Griguch, but Greg says, I don't think so. You stay right where you are, Troy. I'm in the lead, and I'm going to hold on to it. Third place belonging to our resident daredevil, number 10, Willie McIlvain.
Oh, and did you see Hank Engels, our referee? He was indicating, get away from me, get away from me. But it's down the back straightaway. It is Troy Wolf right beside Greg Griguch. Greg Griguch has the inside, but Troy Wolf has gone to the outside in front, and I think he's going to close the door.
He's got him on the outside.
He just slammed the door. Greg Griguch is now in second position. Troy Wolf back where he likes to be, far away from McIlvain. I'll tell you, that's where he wants to be.
You can bet your bottom dollar that Troy Wolf is not going to be as close to the dock as he was last time.
No, I think what happened is
Look at him in the air. Look at the air he's getting underneath that boat.
Well, we talked about the air getting higher on this thing at the beginning of the race, and I'm sure all the boys there, I think young Will McIlvain would have liked to have heard what we were saying, because the wind got a hold of him, just blew him like a kite sideways.
There he is, our leader, number 11, Troy Wolf, last year's Canadian champion. You gotta like it. And right behind him, 17,
Greg Grigooch, but there he is, our leader. Coming in the corner 2 and out of corner 2 without a Murray of a problem. He's just got it nailed down.
Oh, and young Dave, Will McIlvaine has just got back into the thick of it. He passed Greg Grigooch on the inside. He's now got the inside lane. Grigooch a little more speed, but McIlvaine's got that desired inside lane.
That's a real fight we've got happening there for second and third spot. I'll tell you, Greg Grigooch has not given up anything on him, but Willie McIlvaine says, hey, I've been in the air, I want to be out in front of you. And there he is, our race leader, number 11, Troy Wolf, extending his lead, but coming up hard behind him. When you got two racers racing like that, you can bet they're going to be reeling him in.
That's right, and that's exactly what's happened. I don't know whether Troy is taking off just a little bit of the pressure right now off himself, because Greg Grigooch and Will McIlvaine have closed the gap, and you can see there is not much to give between those two drivers. They're right side by side coming out of that corner.
No, they're pretty evenly matched, but you gotta like the way that Troy pulls that boat up. It just gets it right up on top of a cushion of air. The fraction underneath that boat, it's just right into the water. You know, we're talking like half of an inch of the sponson in the water at the back, and a prop that's spinning like crazy, and a boat that's in the air, and he's looking good right now.
Oh, but look what's happening right behind. There is Troy Wolf, but look at this. McIlvaine way up in the air again. His nose is sky high. This guy knows nothing except living on the edge.
Oh!
And he missed the pin.
He missed the pin.
He has to go back. That does it for him. What a mistake by Will McIlvaine. What a disappointment.
You know, he had that corner right down. He just cut it a little bit tight. You can bet he's pretty disappointed with himself right now.
Oh, what a disappointment it is indeed.
Yeah, but now there's your leader, our race leader, number 11, Troy Wolf, but very close on his tail, right behind him. Number 17, that's Gregory Grigooch, and he's got some racing to handle up there with Troy. He says, come on, Troy, I'm coming up. We're going to dice.
Yeah, Grigooch is definitely moved up much closer to Troy Wolf now. I don't know whether Troy is holding off a little bit, whether he got a little bit scared when Will McIlvaine tried to kiss him in midair.
I don't think he's scared at all. You've seen him catch a lot of air. Here he comes. He's coming down that back straight, and in the inside, there he is. That's Gregory Grigooch. Now watch as the air comes underneath these boats.
You know, this is the starting class. We've got to repeat this. This is the starting class of powerboat racing here in Canada. And, you know, I can't get over how exciting these boats are. These boys are putting on a great show.
Well, it may be an entry class, it may be a beginning class, but these racers have been doing this class for a couple of years now, and they're anything but beginners.
And it is Troy Wolf still holding down first place. He's got about an 8-boat length lead over second place Greg Grigooch. And there's the intrepid Will McIlvaine coming back into the thick of it again. You know, he still hooks that boat coming to the corner as hard as anybody I've ever seen.
He likes it. He likes to hold that corner tight and just push it against it. You know, the G-force that you feel in those boats as you come around the corner, that's a rush in itself. But there he is, number 17, Greg Grigooch, and he's trying to reel in our leader. Right in front of him, that yellow boat, number 11, it's Troy Wolf.
Troy Wolf, number 11, is going down the back straightaway. Greg Grigooch, you can see, once again, seems to be closing in, and Greg is taking that inside lane. Now, he's got to be a little bit closer if he's going to have an advantage over that, because all he's going to get here, as you say, is bald water.
Used water, that's it.
And
Used
it's bumpy back there. You bounce around, your propeller doesn't get a bite. It's sort of like spinning your tires at a stoplight. You make a lot of sound, but you don't go anywhere.
That's it, but I tell you, got to like the way that Troy's looking today. He knows exactly where that boat rides. He knows exactly where to get it trimmed in. He knows what he can do with it. And look who's behind him there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Willie McIlvaine bouncing it up in the air.
It must be him. He's about 4 feet out of the water. Green flag is up. That means one more lap. And it is still anybody's race. A nice 8-9 boat lead for Troy Wolf over Greg Grigooch. And Greg Grigooch has about a 12-boat lead over Will McIlvaine, but it is Troy just looking so
Troy's
pretty.
got it down today. He looks so consistent out there today. He just knows exactly what he's doing. He trims that boat up. He gets that nice little rooster in behind it. You got to remember, these boats only weigh a couple of 100 pounds, and you get 40 horsepower in the back, and it's pushing it along. And you got to know exactly where your boat is in the water and what you can get away with, especially with the wind blowing up the way it is today. You can get a cushion just to get the maximum, but you don't want to go over that maximum.
That's exactly right. Troy knows what the maximum is, and he's got no doubt about it right now. He said, okay, if there's been any playing, it's all in the past. Right now I'm putting my foot to the floor. No, Greg Grigooch, you are not going to see any inside water, and I am going to be there at the finish line ready to shake the hand.
Here he comes, getting up on the way to get the checkered flag on the inside, though. He's not going to let him walk away with it. It's Greg Grigooch in second place, but I can't see it happen. And here's our leader, number 11. It's Troy Wolf.
Oh, and is that a pretty sight?
How are you going to call this one, Harry?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing to see. that boat completely airborne, walking on his propeller all the way to the checkered flag. It's Troy Wolf, your winner, second time today. Greg Greigouch in boat number 17. A nice piece of driving to hang in there tough. And the intrepid Will McIlvaine in third position.
The high flyer of the day, the daredevil, don't you know?
Don't you know, in fourth position, 43. Now, he did not run in the first heat.
Nope.
That is Kevin Farrell, but he had a nice little run. Fifth position belongs to that Jim Whittington boat, number 9. And we're looking at the back there. It is Herb White in boat number 88, who is going to bring out the back mark. You can see now him just approaching the finishing line. The checkered flag will go up for him in just a second. He's the only V-bottom boat in this class. This was not his day. It's not his water. It was tunnel boat water. And Troy Wolf, your winner. You can see him there, number 11.
Yes, indeed, it's Troy Wolf. Troy's 20 years old from Hornby. Sponsors are Gordon Bay Marina, RASS TM Tanker Brokers, A&G Centerless Grindings, and LQM. Second place today, going to Gregory Greigouch, Speedmaster Marine.
And Brian, we've just had word from the official stand. We were all a little worried here about that little craziness. The wind got underneath young McIlvaine, Will McIlvaine's boat there on the first lap. It forced, as you saw, Troy
number 10,
right over the side
right now.
And Will, we have some bad news for you because of that, and it was considered dangerous situation. Unfortunately, you have been disqualified from this heat for that situation, which I'm sure you found out by no design of your own, but by the force of the wind. But unfortunately, you have been disqualified from this heat. And Will, there's a lot of racing tomorrow. Put that one in your back pocket. You made one little other slip there. And hey, this is all experience, but your speed will get you there in a hurry. So just hang in there, bud.
Troy Wolf and Will McIlvaine were here in the pits after a very exciting Sport C final event. Troy, first of all, congratulations on your win today.
Thanks a lot. I was very competitive. A lot of people were going really fast. Will was right behind me the whole way, and he almost got me, but we had a little scuffle there back in the start of the first lap. So
let's talk about that for a second. For a moment, not only was he beside you, I thought he was going to be on top of you for a second. What did you see from your side?
Well, I was coming up behind him, and then all of a sudden he veered off. The wind must have caught him, and he pushed me over, and I started to go up, and then I came back down, and I got in front of him, and all I see was his boat just go right up in the air, and then next thing, we both pulled back onto the course.
You probably figured he was gone. Will McIlvaine, what happened from that? What happened to cause you to drift over like that?
Well, we were drifting over, and then Troy was beside me, and I caught a bit of spray, and that started it. And then the wind kept on pushing me up and up, but I was on the trim down. Didn't help any.
It was like in slow motion. I thought for sure you were gone. Did you?
I was worried. But landed right side up, so.
Did your mom or your dad talk to you when you got in about that little incident?
My dad wasn't that happy. Yeah.
I can believe that. Anything for tomorrow? Do you expect a similar run between the two of you tomorrow, Troy?
Well, we're both very competitive, and we both want to win, and we're good friends. We're on the same lake together and stuff, so it's always competitive between Will and myself. So.
Going to get him tomorrow, Will?
It's going to be closer.
White flag is
it's
up.
ready. Right behind number 46, of course, we've got Mr. Consistency, 241, Michael Werner, and you can bet he's got it in his mind to get out in front.
And don't forget Ted Greigouch in 17. The white flag is up. This is nervous time.
Now, you got to remember what happened to Blake Rock. They get out there, they hold their position till they get into the first corner, and then it's any man's race. But they got to hold their lane till they get around, or it's disqualification time.
And the chances of making an error here are substantially increased because everything happens so quickly. There it is.
They're racing it.
Oh,
under.
Mike Werner right out of the hole. As he quick out of that hole. But now all of a sudden all that power belonging to our national champion, Rob Size, comes to play. Greg Greigouch, Robert Stanley out very quickly, but as Mike Werner going into the corner first, Dunnville's own Mike Werner has got a good lead going that first corner. Slams the door.
Yes, indeed.
Slams the door on Robbie Size. Greg Greigouch right behind Robert Stanley. Mike Werner, this is where he likes to be. You talked about holding something back for when it counts. Is what Mike Werner likes to do.
Oh, he does, and I believe that's what he did, or he went back into the pits and he figured out what was happening, but he's got it sitting in the water right now. Rocking around that corner like a rocket sled on rails.
Oh, the crowd is going wild here. They're jumping up and down because it's hometown boy out in front. Robbie Size, about 46, has got it now to work. Greg Greigouch right behind him, Robert Stanley, but Rob Size cannot even see Mike Werner. Mike Werner is absolutely flying down that straightaway.
Oh, you know, I told you, I said he has something up his sleeve, and whatever it was, he pulled it up when they were up in the pits, and he's using it right now. He's pulling out a lead on 46 Rob Size, our second place boat. And in third spot, well, it looks like we've got Ted Griguch. What do you think of that?
I think it's fabulous. But you know something, you talked about the way Mike's boat was running last time. Oh, the noise. When you take a look at the way Mike's boat's running now, it is not running the way it ran last time.
No.
Last time, it was sort of down on the back end. They have done something to that boat. Mike is running it higher. He's running it faster.
And you can hear him as they go by, too, Harry. He's getting more revs out of that boat. The motor's out of the water more. He's spinning. You know, you don't know what they could have done. There's all kinds of tricks, you know, different wheels. That's what they call a propeller. And if you've ever seen a propeller on these boats, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't look like a regular propeller. It's meat cleavers, and they're welded together, and they're just as sharp as a meat cleaver, too. Oh, our leader, 241.
And there's boat number 46, right place. But Mike is going in. He's out. He has, almost incomprehensibly, he has opened up a half a straightaway lead on
There he is. There's
Rob
our leader.
Size.
Mountain Cable Vision 241. That's our leader, Michael Werner. Now look at that rooster tail, Harry. I gotta like a rooster tail like that.
Oh, I come from a family of long rooster tails. My father raced inboards. I'm telling you, there is nothing better than, and you can tell a lot from a rooster tail. If it's way up in the air, there's a lot of wasted energy. If you take a look at Mike's, that rooster tail is long and low, and he is
straight
flying.
out the back. Look at him go.
Oh, is that boy got it aired out into the corner,
one
down
beautiful
a
boat.
wall of water, in and out. Oh, 2.5 G's anyway.
Oh, there's our leader, 241, Michael Werner, local boy from Dunnville. Local boy makes good. He's always making good. He is consistent. Everywhere I see him race, it is incredible. It's a pleasure to watch him. The boat is beautiful. There's 17, Ted Griguch currently in third place. And
running well.
He's doing well. Like I said, he's getting into this class, but there he is.
Oh, look at that. Now look at the whole boat. We were not seeing that in the first heat. You can see clearly that boat is in perfect balance as he's going down the straightaway.
He's a lot higher up on the water now. Like I was saying the last heat, Harry, you could see that it wasn't running the right way. And I said they were going to go back and fix it. And, well, there it is. The proof's in the pudding.
It certainly is. And the pudding is first place, and that's exactly what we want to do. He wants to put himself in first place and leave himself there. Now, he cannot back off, Brian, because, of course, time becomes a critical element.
There you go. That's exactly what we were talking about, the time factor in this. And let me tell you, he's running just as fast as Rob was running last time, maybe even a little bit faster, because you can bet that Rob didn't take anything away.
No, he didn't. And Rob knows exactly that. He knows he has to push Mike. But there's another tactic. Maybe you can lull him into not pushing so hard. But I don't think anybody
I don't think so. Look at that. We've almost got a
lulls Mike Werner to sleep.
We've almost got the full length of the straightaway lead, and he's just putting that thing around the corners, tucking it in, trimming it up, and rocking.
Mike Werner now has stretched that half of straightaway lead just a little bit. He's got a half and a little bit on Mike. Mike Werner has on Robbie Size. Robbie Size doing his best. He's not dogging it. And
No.
Robbie Size in second position. If you look behind, there's Greg Griguch. He's still within Robbie Size's sight. But Rob Size, boat 46, he's got to hope Mike makes a mistake, because there's Mike.
Well, as you know as well as I do, Harry, Mike doesn't make mistakes very often, if at all.
No, and this is great. After Mike being so sick last year at the Dunnville race and not running well at all, and putting a lot of the blame on his own driving, this is great to see that the boys are back.
Well, not only is Mike Werner a consistent runner out there, but he's also the promoter for this event, and there's nothing he'd like better than to win his own race.
Absolutely. Boy, talk about taking the bacon home in your back pocket.
Oh, you gotta like it.
Mike Werner now moving in, and the back marker, Rob Stanley, now is only about 3/4 straight away ahead of Mike, so he could become a factor in this race as well.
Well, you got to remember, this is a 10-lap race, and at about 130, 140 miles an hour out there, it doesn't take long, and they don't have a lot of time to figure out what's happening. They go for it or they don't go at all. And as you can see, Michael Werner is going for it.
And he is in, he's out, he's down that back straightaway. That lead has shrunk a little bit.
Not a heck of a lot.
Not a lot, but it has shrunk a little bit. Robbie Size has taken about 2 boat lengths out of that lead. And that could be critical.
Well, it could be, but I tell you, I'm having a hard time counting these laps, Harry, but I don't think there's many left. I think there's
There are
probably
about
2
2 laps left, if my tabulations keep me on track. Mike is pushing, continuing to push hard. That boat is flat and clean.
And you can see the air right underneath that. You couldn't see that in the last heat.
No, you couldn't. And Mike is setting up beautifully, but it is clearly, yes, Robbie Size is coming on.
You can
Ladies and gentlemen, he is coming on. This one is not over. Robbie Size is putting his foot to the floor. He has taken that 3/4 straightaway lead, and he's made it into a quarter straightaway. Mike Werner has got to work.
I hope Mike isn't getting too comfy, because with a competitor like Robbie Size behind him, you can't relax. You can't rest on anything. And let me tell you, you can see it. It's closed in right now. He's reeled in about 10 boat lengths in the last lap. But there it is, the green flag. That means 1 lap.
Mike Werner knows that Robbie is coming. You can bet. His crew chief has said, Mike, somebody's knocking on your door. Put your foot in it, pal. You got a boat race.
Oh, yeah. But Mike is not going to back off at all. He knows he's got a lead, and he knows he can hold it as long as he doesn't make a mistake. But Robbie Size is pushing it.
Robbie Size coming up very fast in the back marker. He has taken that thing. You're going to see in very short order. Mike Werner coming in as he comes out of the corner. Robbie Size is just coming into your view now. There he is. And we got Robbie Size, but Mike Werner is holding it down, putting his foot to the floor.
There he is, Mr. Consistency, the local boy. 2:41, Michael Werner, the winner. Second place goes to Robbie Size.
Third place is out there right now as Mike Werner shuts it down. Take Grygrouch coming out of the bottom corner in boat number 17. Mike Werner has now got to be scratching his head and saying, oh, baby, what about the time? What about the time?
You can bet that's exactly what's going through his mind right now. He's thinking, I was a fast race. I know I was doing good, but did I do good enough?
That's right, because
they've just basically reversed positions from the last time, Harry.
Exactly, and not much difference in terms of boat distance between each other either.
And there he is, taking 4th place. That's
Robert
Stanley, 79. No, he's been having problems with that boat today, and you know something's up.
Well, you said that he was having engine difficulties and is barely running well. That's unfortunate for Rob Stanley, but I wouldn't bank him out on races. We're going to have to wait for a minute or two here while Michael Werner works his way back to the pits.
Well, you know what? I wonder if we can get Mike on the radio.
Mike Werner in boat 241. Can you hear me? It's Harry in the announcing stand.
Hear you loud and clear, Harry.
Oh, Michael, what a fabulous race. You had Robbie Size coming up fast in the backside. What do you figure? What do you think your time difference is? Have you got it?
Sure would be nice, wouldn't it, Harry, if I didn't get it?
Well, I'll tell you, I had a bunch of people jumping up and down here in the shoreline. There's a lot of Dunnville people are hoping for you. We're just going to have to wait for a second, too. It looks like the referee's decision, Michael, if you look over your shoulder, Robbie Size is heading down towards the checkered flag area. Mike, it's always tomorrow, but boy, oh boy, did you give everybody a reason to come back tomorrow.
That's okay, Harry.
Mike, we'll see you here tomorrow, and great race, but we're going to cut to Robbie Size now.
Here he is, the man with the checkered flag up in the air, holding around on his victory lap. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause? Your winner, number 46, Robbie Size.
Oh, and what a race. You know, Michael Werner gave everything he had. It had to come down to split seconds between these two. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have been here today to watch this titanic battle between these two drivers, you've got to be here tomorrow, because you know Michael now knows that he can do it, and Rob Size does too, so everybody's going to be up with a midnight oil tonight. Standing here with Team Werner, Mike Werner, a great run today. You and your chief mechanic, Gord, what a great job you had. Any thoughts on that last heat?
Oh, it was better, definitely better than the first heat, but it wasn't quite good enough. I guess I had the fastest lap time for that throughout the whole race, but Rob beat me in overall time.
And the time that I just heard was 21/100ths of a second. Now that's the elapsed time difference between the two heats.
But you know what, Harry, the worst part is my wife's the scorekeeper.
And it's obvious that you married a very honest woman. That's whatsoever. You got to start paying her a little more. Gord, you were working obviously with Mike trying to get this thing ready. Did you see any difference between the first heat, the second heat? Because clearly Mike was quicker the second heat.
Yeah, we made a couple small adjustments. We found we're just borderline. We weren't quite sure, and we're trying a new computer that is totally new to us to play with. So we're learning step by step, and the next move we made was definitely a profitable one for us.
Clearly, any more wrinkles up your sleeve for tomorrow?
We're borderline at that right now, Harry, but we hopefully run as good as this tomorrow.
I'm trust you will. Every time I hear borderline from Team Werner, I realize that somebody's got an inch or two and everybody else is worried about it. Mike, good luck tomorrow. And this has been a tremendous day for you, not only as a driver, but also as chairman of the race today.
Thanks a lot, Harry. And I think we had great support from the town. Everybody showed up. We had a good turnout. It was hot. The rain let off this morning. Everything worked out well.
Great day, and we're looking for great things from the Werner team tomorrow. Thanks, gentlemen, and good luck tomorrow.
Well, I tell you, it's been a great Saturdays of racing, Harry. I tell you, we got a major matchup coming up tomorrow with Michael Werner. Rob Size, Formula One action is heating up.
Brian Agar, I don't remember a day when we've had this kind of racing. You saw Michael Werner, everybody saw Michael Werner go out, run and hide in that second heat. We thought he had it, but hey, you never can count out a Canadian national champion. 21 100ths of a second, and Michael's sitting in second position.
That's close racing, 21 100ths of a second. You can bet Sunday it's going to heat up. We've got a duel coming our way. Formula One is looking great. I like it.
We have never seen racing like that, but of course you cannot take your eyes off a lot of the other cars racing. We've got the EB class. What a great run out there today.
Well, I tell you, you got to like it. Now, you take a look at Robbie Gordon as he's coming around that course out there. He's got that boat dialed in. You got Jimmy Allen, 93, coming up behind him. This is not going to be a cakewalk. Robbie Gordon won both of his heats today. But you got to know that the rest of the guys are going to be doing their homework tonight, and something is going to happen on Sunday.
Jimmy Allen has worked really hard. He may be at a disadvantage. That'll trim, he needs it, and maybe we're going to have to wait for another day to see him win, but you never know. Tomorrow could be the day. Sports C, my heart was in my mouth when young Mr. McElvain came over and joined us.
Well, I tell you, Troy Wolf got a little bit of a surprise. Trying to take him on the outside. The wind come under Willie McElvain's boat, pushed it over, got him in. Willie McElvain, hey, got disqualified.
That happens in boat racing, and of course, the SST class. Major motion on the water.
Mark Major, what can I say? He's there all the time. He's the boat to be beaten. And I'll tell you, Sunday is going to make for a really interesting day of racing. You got to like Thunder on the Grand. It's Dunnville and it's boat racing.
Thunder on the Grand 95 is made possible through the generous support of Labatt's, Henco Homes, Mountain Cablevision, 820 Chan, and the Mitchell Group Insurance. Celebrating 25 years of service. You're watching TV Hamilton, Cable 14.
TV Hamilton. Hamilton, we're Cable 14. We're the one for you.
From Dunnville, Ontario, TV Hamilton Cable 14 presents Thunder on the Grand 95. Thunder on the Grand 95 is made possible through the generous support of Labatt's, Henco Homes, Mountain Cablevision, 820 Chan, and the Mitchell Group Insurance.
Well, it's day 2 here at Thunder on the Grand in Dunnville, Ontario, the 52nd annual running a boat race, Harry, that I think is going to be unforgettable. What do you think? I'm talking about we've got a beautiful day. It didn't rain last night. We've got the wind actually coming up the river as opposed from down the river yesterday. And I think we've got a few matches that are going to perform today. These guys were tight yesterday, and they're going to be even tighter today.
You mentioned unforgettable, Brian, and then certainly none of us are going to forget the little thrill that Will McIlvaine get everybody in the shore yesterday. We're hoping today, with the absence of that wind, that things are going to be just a little bit safer, and we're going to have a great run. Some great events yesterday. We watched Mike Werner and a couple of his friends really going head-to-head.
Well, I'll tell you, Harry, when it came down to it, 21 100ths of a second between Rob Size and Mike Werner. And it was to Rob Size's advantage, but you can bet Mike Werner's got something up his sleeve today, and he's going to be pulling it out.
You know, his crew was talking to me last night. They're convinced that Mike Werner backed off for 1/2 of a lap just to save his engine from today. It cost him first place. I talked to Mike this morning. He said the foot is not coming off the pedal this morning.
Everybody's got a story. Everybody has a little something behind them. But, hey, we know what's happening. It's Thunder on the Grand.
And those boats are looking ever so hot up there in the starting dock.
Oh, isn't that a lovely shot looking down there on starting lineup row, and we can see all the boats lined up now. You've got to watch the quick ones coming out of there. 52, if you can find him on that lineup, you're going to find he has what we call a great hole jump, and a hole start. And when he gets that hole shot out of there, it means he's got quick acceleration. The engine bursts to life, and he's extremely quick off the line.
The white flag is up, Harry.
And that means that we are moments away from the dropping of the white flag. As soon as that flag drops, the drivers are free to start their motors. They have to maintain straight line to the first corner, and after that, they can change lanes.
It's anybody's race once they turn that first corner, but they got to get out there. They got to maintain their lane.
This is nervous time. They're all praying that engine is going to jump to life as soon as they touch the starter button. There's the flag.
Oh, and a good start by Cameron Morley. 911, a little slow there in the thing, but outside 93.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
737. Look at that.
Craig Ferrier. Oh, 93. Jim Allen got a great start, but Craig Ferrier, he did this yesterday. No, he got out in front, then he had problems. And I'm hoping he's got his problems set down. We have one dead one at the water. He's going to have to get out of there. That's your friend Rick Attard. But Craig Ferrier running and hiding in boat number 737.
Yeah, but look who's right behind him. 52 coming on the outside. That's Robbie Gordon.
And this is where they ran in the first part of yesterday's race until it was all sorted out. Craig Ferrier looked like he was going to have a great run.
Well, Craig is running good now. He likes to hop it around, but once you get Robbie Gordon coming up on the outside, you got to watch him. He's in there tight. But, hey, Craig's looking hot. He's out in front. He's got that boat riding on that pad.
And, you know, he's got an advantage. When that boat gets out there in that clean water, you can run forever. Now, Robbie Gordon's got clean water, too, but he's going to eat a little bit of used water going through the corner. And that's
Here we go. Coming into the entrance of corner 2, it's Craig Ferrier.
Absolutely. A great run. And look who's moved into second position, and it's 911. We talked about that boat last year. You mentioned that's a new boat engine on that thing. He's moved into third position. Right behind you, see a picture of him there.
Yeah. Oh, look at him out of that water. Now, Craig's holding his position nice, but you can bet that Robbie Gordon's reeling him in. You can see him. Look at that Craig Ferrier bounce. He's just got that boat working.
Oh, that's a nice thing. But Craig had a great run yesterday for a lap and a half, and then everything seemed to come unglued on him. So we're hoping that he's going to be able to get a little bit. But, you know, Robbie Gordon, you cannot relax for a second with this guy because he'll come up and eat you in no time at all.
Well, you can see he's pulling him in, coming out of corner 1 down there onto the straight. Now, Robbie's on the outside, and he's got that boat working. Now, Craig is just holding on to it. He knows what he's got to do, and he's going to keep him right there to his left
He's got to try to make him go around the long side of the course. By that, we mean we keep him on his outside hip. That means that Craig Ferrier's got the advantage of going close to the pin.
Yeah, but look at him coming up.
Oh, and they're going together.
It's going to be tight in this corner.
Robbie Gordon is absolutely totally aired out. Craig Ferrier backed off for a second. It's really tight in there. What's going to happen? Craig maintains the inside. Robbie's outside, but the speed that Robbie has
Robbie's got him. He's holding on tight. Now you watch him come out of that corner, coming on straight now. You watch Robbie Gordon turn that boat on.
Oh, the speed. He found a little calm water. Craig Ferrier got up in the air there. He had to back it off. Look at Craig fighting that steering wheel, trying to settle it down.
Oh, he's holding on tight. He's got him on the outside. New race leader, number 52, Robbie Gordon.
And he is showing the way home right now, and that's got to be the worst case scenario for Craig Ferrier. He wanted to keep him on the outside hip. But now what Robbie's going to do is shut the door on him. Craig's going to have to cross the wake. You'll see him bounce. And that's good for about 5 or 6 boat lengths right there, Brian.
There we go. It's a replay of yesterday of right out in front again. Robbie Gordon holding on to it. Now you just watch him. What he's going to be doing, he's going to be taking off. He's wide in that corner, but he likes it wide.
And that's exactly what he wants to do. Get the speed up, get out of the water. And he may have an advantage here. You know, he loves to run close to the shore. And that boat, what an air machine that is right now.
Oh, yeah, but look at Craig. Craig's not going to let him walk that easy. Craig's going to keep him in sight. Something happens with Robbie Gordon, and Craig's just going to reel him in.
Boat number 911 has got a nice secure run on 3, you know. Craig Ferrier can't relax too much because he's got him behind him. But Robbie Gordon right now, he's stretching it out. And he's got a nice run. There's 911 coming out of the corner, out in and out safely, and that's a great improvement for him yesterday.
He's looking good, but Robbie Gordon he's doing the same thing he did yesterday. He's consistent. Like I said, it wasn't broke. He didn't fix it. He didn't have to do anything. It was working yesterday, and it's working today.
Oh, and that's a great thing. Jimmy Allen dropped back a bit, 93, and that's a little bit of a surprise, but we'll see what happens. It isn't over for a long shot yet.
Well, you got to remember that Jimmy Allen's out there without any power trim. He's running a definite disadvantage. These boats, how they work him is they just got them nailed, and they can speed them up. They can slow them down by the touch of a button. You tow it in, it slows it down. You trim it up, and it takes off out of the water. That's why they're not drivers, Harry. They're pilots.
That's exactly right. And Robbie Gordon is just flying. You can see Craig Ferrier there. He's having to eat a little bit of dirty water. He's rocking from side to side. Right behind him is boat number 911. There is Robbie Gordon going through the corner in. Cuts it down. You can see that nose come in, and away he goes.
We've got 911 is off the course right now, Harry. 911 is off the course.
What a disappointment after a great beginning run there. He had a nice third position, so now it's Robbie Gordon, boat number 52,
he
put the nose up
to make that boat fly.
Oh, does he ever, and he is rocking and rolling today. Craig Ferrier, boat number 737 running, and it looks like 911's out for the race.
He's got to run, and I don't know. You got to remember, like I said, he's got a fresh power head in that. He might have been pushing it just a little bit too much today.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate turn of events, but he'll be back soon. But right now, it's all Robbie Gordon's story.
Robbie's looking hot. He was so consistent yesterday, won both his heats, and it looks like he's going to do the same thing today.
Well, we're looking for one more lap. He gets his green flag, of course. When he goes around for his green flag lap, the referee puts the green flag up, says, you got one more lap to go, my friend. When that green flag comes up, you know, he's got one thing in his mind. Hold the position.
Here comes our race leader, number 52, Robbie Gordon. And us making that boat dance. I like it.
Wow, is he having a good time out there. You know, it's rough for him, but it's got to be a lot bumpier for the guys who are chewing up all that used water.
It's dirty water. Oh, you gotta like it. Robbie is looking so good out there. This is a 7-lap race, and I'll tell you, these boats are going around hitting speeds of 70 miles an hour. It doesn't take long to get 7 miles down.
Absolutely not. Craig Ferrier in and out of the corner, boat 737. You know, he has not given up the battle here one bit. He is driving some hard today.
No, he's right there. He's watching. Robbie Gordon makes a mistake. You can bet that Craig Ferrier will
eat him up.
Eat him.
Absolutely. Boat number 52. But look at no mistakes there on that corner. A perfect lineup for the pin. He floats it through the corner. The nose comes down. He gets his bead on where he wants to come. And you mentioned he likes to come wide off this exit pin. Look him float out there as he comes wide out of that
pin.
You
can see that. You can't even see the marker in the picture right now because it's so far to his left-hand side. He just likes to ride it wide and get out there and maybe cut some weeds.
And you can see what Craig Ferrier does. He comes in a little tighter on that water. He's trying to take the short way around.
But there's our race leader, 52 Robbie Gordon. He is just flying.
And Craig Ferrier running second, coming through our view right now, and behind him and closing the door a bit on him is our good friend Jimmy Allen.
Jimmy's he likes it. He's having fun out there. He's holding on. And I was talking to them all at the drivers' meeting this morning, and you know, Robbie says, I may be faster than you guys, but I'm legal. Have a look at my boat, have a look at my motor. Everything is fine, and he's just got that boat flying today.
You know, it's a matter of balance. You get the right propeller, you get the right driver, right boat, and the engine, just finding the way you set it up right, sometimes magically everything comes together, and obviously he's in a groove.
It's the combination, and they've got it working today.
Clearly, water on the back straight is nice and calm. You can see they're able to settle down there and get really rolling down that back straight. But you know, they're coming up this front chute as we're watching Rob Gordon go through turn number 1 there, and it gets a little bumpy. We got this hard wall here behind us, and the waves come off there. They go right back out in the course, and the drivers are rocking from side to side on this front chute.
Well, you can see him from, I tell you, I gotta like it. Look at him, he's in the air. You can actually see air underneath that boat. All that's in the boat is the propeller and about 2 inches of transom at the back. It's just in the water and dancing. The
green flag is up. We got one more lap for Robbie Gordon to hold on, one more lap for Craig Ferrier to do what he's got to do. Robbie Gordon, you can see him there. He's in all that chewed up water, and he's bouncing around as he comes through that corner. Craig Ferrier, maybe this is his opportunity to close a little bit of distance.
Well, he's got it out there. We've got all the boats. There's Tammy Wolf out there. Now, Tammy's out there right now. She's getting the hours under her belt so that by the time she gets it dialed in, she'll even have a faster boat. 52. Robbie Gordon looking good. Look at that boat out of the water. He's not backing off. He can't. Craig Ferrier's right behind him.
Exactly, and Robbie Gordon is going to have to deal with Tammy Wolf probably at the top corner because Tammy is now within his sights. Now, you know what Tammy will do? She'll stay on the inside of the course, and there she is, being smart and letting Robbie do what he has to do. She does not want to become a factor in this powerboat race. She wants to let Robbie Gordon and Craig Ferrier sort it out.
Well, Robbie Gordon is having fun right now. He's out there. He's eating up the course. He knows he's got it in his hip pocket, and he's playing. But you can bet he's not going to back off a bit. And you got to like it. We're coming to the finish line, and out in front it's Robbie Gordon.
Yes, indeed. This is 2 days in a row, and taking the checker flag. First heat of the EB class is Robbie Gordon in boat number 52. Now he gets to sit down. He looks like he's just out there for the Sunday afternoon cruise.
He's just saying, anybody got anything they want to say? Anybody want to race again? Well, we're going to have another heat later on, Robbie, so don't be getting too confident.
All right, we're looking now out to the shore, out to the sort of the patrol boat. Referee-in-chief Hank Engels, of course, will be checking with the drivers first. They'll each of them put their hands up, give the thumbs up sign saying, yes, we're ready to go. When Hank Engels gets that sign, he will then communicate directly to our patrol boat, and the white flag will go up. We've already talked about this Le Mans start. Now, this whole shot is really important, Brian.
Now, when they come off of that dock, they got to keep their lane. They got to cast the first setup point. The flag is up. Now, what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is they don't know when that flag's going to drop. So when they do, their fingers on that starter button right now. That motor fires to life, and it's time for Thunder on the Grand.
Yes, sir. It's quiet time. The flags are up. The engines are waiting for. The silence is here.
It really got silent there for a minute.
That's a little scary. There's the flag. Oh, a great shot. All out, all together. This is going to be exciting down there.
Ryan Babineau right out in front, and he likes that pole position.
Paul Dixon, boat number 41, is right out there, too. You're going to have to watch the two of them. In between, coming hard, is Tommy Allison.
Tommy's piling right through the middle of them. Look at him go, but... Well,
Brian Babineau, Paul Dixon, boat number 41. It's my shot. Paul Dixon out there in 41 has got it into the corner first. And there he is.
Look at him hug that corner. It's like a rocket sled on rails as he come around there. They're coming out of corner one, coming into the straightaway as these boats are coming by, right by in front of us, Harry. They're hitting speeds of almost 100 miles an hour.
Paul Dixon chose to go really, really wide. I have no idea why he chose to do that. All the other drivers came inside him. Tommy Allison has moved inside. Paul Dixon is still fast, but Tommy Allison has got the lead.
61, there he goes. Now the corner. Watch him hug it there. He's going to tuck it in and ride it around. There it is. We got a new race leader, number 61, Tommy Allison, the Vertigo Nightclub Special.
Now, we just had a little incident there. I don't know if anybody saw it, but looks like Brian Babineau bumped one of the boys. I don't know whether the referee caught it, but we'll find out. But look at Tommy Allison. He is here to play today.
Oh, he likes it, and he is stretching that lead out. Look at him coming into corner 1, and he's loving every minute of this. He says, look at this clean water in front of me. My boat's working. Let's make it work together.
This is what Tommy Allison loves to do, and he's smart. He caught the corner tight. He did not give anybody the inside advantage. Paul Dixon, you can see him there having to swing wide. Mark Major starting to come into the picture. He's back about 4 positions. He's moved up 4 positions already.
Does that surprise you, Harry?
Not one little bit. And here it comes, though. You can see Mark Major has moved into 2nd position, right beside Paul Dixon. Oh, we got one up in the air, but he brought her back down. Ryan Babineau.
Ryan Babineau playing with that trim again.
61, Tommy Allison holding on in 1st position, but Mark Major is a major factor here today.
We've got a boat dead in the water, number 28. That's Pete Ramsey.
Oh, disappointment. He was a 3rd place finisher yesterday, but looking down the back straight, Mark Major there, he has gone from dead last, 2nd position, and he now has a quarter of a lap to go in order to get up to Tommy, who's been running clean.
Oh, I tell you, Tom is just having a dynamite race out there right now. Look at the lead he's stretched out, but you want to see somebody reel in the leader? You keep your eye on Mark Major, boat number 756. If anybody can do it, he can do it. Now, we've got a boat dead in the water right in the middle of the straightaway.
There he is.
You got to watch and see. What's our official going to do down here?
Well, he's right now. Everybody can see him. Fortunately, that lime green boat, you can see him. He's a little bit off the side of the course.
But
now look at the change.
Coming out the outside.
Mark Major was going to go wide, but then he saw the boat. That cost him.
Oh yeah. And number 53. Oh, looking good. Right, coming up behind him. 3rd place. That's Blake Rock. Gateway Marine Special.
Tommy Allison, boat number 61, the Vertigo sponsor, Vertigo Nightclub. And he is flying beautifully. You see a couple of other boats that decide to go wide. Now that's the mistake that Mark Major made. He was about to go wide, then he cut back in. He lost some speed, but don't worry, he's got lots to get caught back up with.
Well, let me tell you, he's running a great race out there right now, our leader.
Brian Babineau bouncing up and down there in that back straight. We got to watch him. He's going to do something
Brian's having
silly.
problems with his trim again. I know he is, because he had problems at the last race we were working with him at Bellwood Lake, and he was having problems up there. Now it's the same thing. It's the Grand River is doing it to him. Now this boat out here with Pete Ramsey, he's floating right across the bay here now, right in front of us, and look at the races go by. I'll tell you, there's our leader.
You saw how closely Tommy Allison came to Peter Ramsey there as he rode by. Now Mark Major has decided to go on the outside. Other boats are following Mark Major's lead. That boat, Peter Ramsey, he's hating it right now. He says, baby, why couldn't you have died in the middle of the course? I don't like being out here. Oh, what a messy position he's in.
As the boats come by right in front of us, it's nice to get that spray, isn't it?
Oh, keep him cool, that's for sure. But we're going to go back up front. We're going to look. There he is, Tommy Allison, boat number 61. And into that top corner. Oh,
Tom wants this. Tom wants this bad. He's got a good lead over Mark Major, but Mark Major can't be counted out yet.
No, sir. Now, it's going to be very interesting. Every time that they come around this course, Peter Ramsey's boat is drifting. It's going to be interesting to see what Tommy Allison does. Does he go inside this time? If he does, he makes a mistake because that boat is coasted in. But he's smart. He knows where to go.
You called it, Harry. He's on the outside.
And if Tommy Allison goes in, he nails it down. You can see Mark Major is coming hard.
There's our 2nd place boat, 756, Mark Major, and he wants to reel in our race leader right there, number 61, Tommy Allison.
Tommy is really showing a good pair of heels today. He is running hard, he's running fast, he's running clean. That boat is absolutely perfectly balanced in the water, Brian.
Oh, he's got it working. He's got it dialed in today, and I'll tell you, you could see yesterday he was moving up on the pack, and today he is in front of the pack. He's loving it.
Right now, Mark Major and Tommy Allison are clearly the class of the pack right now. After a really tight finish, start at the beginning with people like Paul Dixon, these two guys are just gone and hid.
Well, I tell you, I think this will be lap number 5. And that leaves, we got 2 laps left. And,
a lot of racing, Brian.
A lot of racing, and Mark Major is pulling him in. You can see it. It's coming closer every time.
Yes, but Tommy Allison right now.
There's our leader. He's looking good, isn't he?
He has that inside lane, you know, and that's got to factor in for something right there.
And he's hugging those corners tight. It's a rocket sled and rails as he comes around there and straightens it up on the back stretch and trim it out. Look at that.
Oh, what a beautifully prepared piece of boat that is. And you see that is Cape Canaveral stuff right there. He is flying.
Oh, yeah. Look, you can have a really good view of the back of the motor there. The lower unit, that's a special race lower unit on these. They're dialed right in. The boat, the motor, the driver, the water, they got it all.
This is something else. Mark Major, you can see now, he is coming into that top corner. As he goes through the corner, we're going to pick up a picture of Tommy Allison just coming. Oh, Mark Major missed a pin. Mark Major missed a pin.
You don't see that very often, and I'll tell you.
Oh my goodness, what a tactical error. He's trying so hard to close up water that he just put himself in danger.
Yeah, but he never lost second position, though. He still got second. This is the last lap, and there goes our leader, number 61, Tommy Allison, the Vertigo Nightclub Special out of Cambridge, Ontario.
Now, Mark Major is going to be a little bit smarter. You know, he's going to say, well, okay, I've blown it. I'm not going to push right now. I don't want to make a mistake. We'll get you second heat.
Well, yeah, he's not going to back out that much because right on his tail, number 53, Blake Rock, still going for third.
Yeah, and Blake would like a little piece of that action right now. He feels like he got cheated a little bit yesterday, and Blake's got something to prove. But Tommy Allison right now, a full half a straightaway lap.
There's our race leader, number 61, and he is looking good. That boat is beautifully done. I was having a look at it in the pits earlier on today, and it's beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. Tommy Allison has been thrown out of that boat. He got busted up a couple of times. He's a wiser driver. He's a better driver. And tell you, he's showing it today.
Not only that, but he got some sleep last night, and that's all important.
That'll do it.
And here he comes, going to take the checkered flag. It's our winner, number 61, Tom Allison, SST. How about it, folks? A nice round of applause. He's looking hot today.
61, closely followed by boat 256, and showing a good pair of heels himself, 756. You know, he's got to be banging himself a bit in the head about that little mistake he made out there, Mark Will, but he'll be playing in the second heat.
It's time for Thunder on the Grand in the Sports C class, and the racers have got their eyes on that boat. When that flag drops, those engines jump to life, those boats come out of the water, and it's time to race.
Don't forget, they must maintain that straight line into that first pin or they will be disqualified. Willie's been there already. He doesn't want to do it again.
No, Willie got disqualified yesterday for mushing one of the drivers out of the race there, and that was number 11, Troy Wolf, but Troy bounced back and won that heat.
Yes, sir. Now, Troy's got a little bit of a disadvantage. He's way at the back in the lineup today, and Jim Whittington's got right up there in front. Oh, they're
we're racing.
Oh, good start there by Greg Greguch, number 17. He's out in front. Right beside him, we talked about Kevin Farrell. He's starting to move quickly. All the other drivers, Willie McIlvaine and Troy Wolf, right together. It is going to be Kevin Farrell. Looks like he's got the jump into that first corner.
He does too, and but hey, look right behind him. Who's that yellow boat in the middle of the pack?
I'm afraid that's the number 11, and I don't want him anywhere near me if I'm Kevin Farrell, I'll tell you.
But it's coming into the first corner. That's right into the entrance of corner number 1. Out in front, it's number 43,
and
Kevin
number
Farrell.
10 has moved into second position. That'd be Willie McIlvaine. He's got Troy behind him for a change.
Doesn't happen very often.
No, sir. But Kevin Farrell right now is the one who's showing the way home. That beautiful blue boat coming out of the corner. Oh, he's setting it up beautifully. The air tucks underneath that hull. You see Willie McIlvaine, and look what's happened. Troy Wolf. Boy, does he know what he's doing. He's inside, and he's
got it racing. Look at that, up on a cushion of air. These tunnel hulls get all that air underneath them. They've got no friction underneath, less resistance. They're in the air, but he's looking hot right now. There's our leader, Kevin Farrell, Quaker State Oil and Wellston Marina, doing a fine job. Hey, got a heck of a racer there, Kevin Farrell.
Oh, beautiful piece of driving. You know, Kevin Farrell has something figured out on that straight area. He was running flat. You saw Troy Wolf going up and down like a yo-yo. That's really unusual. I've never seen Troy not having the ability to settle her down right away.
No, well, he's going to be reeling him in. You can bet on it. There's our leader, number 43, Kevin Farrell, but right behind him, just out of the picture, it's number 11, Troy Wolf. He's never out of the picture. He's there, but you can see right there, Kevin Farrell was opening up a lead on him.
That is something else to behold right now, and I'm sure Troy Wolf is scratching his head and saying, wait a minute, what's happening here? He's going to have to work for this one. You know, his dad's going to approve of this. You know, it's about time, Troy, you got back and had to work up to the front again.
And what these racers have got to keep in mind is, opposed to the other classes, they're only running 5 laps, so they don't have a lot of time to, to work on this. They've got to get it up front. They got to hold on to it, or they got to reel them in and make it work.
They got to make it happen early, and if they don't make it happen early, it's going to have to happen next time. But you can see right now, Kevin Farrell, he is settling down. That boat air tucks underneath. He balances it out, and we got a picture right there. You see Troy going up and down? No, sir, not for Kevin Farrell. He's as flat as you can, and he is clean coming down that straightaway.
Oh, you got to like it. He's looking good today. We just got a little bit of wind, and the wind today is actually coming up the river as opposed to down the river yesterday. So we've got the back straight where the drivers are actually getting more underneath them. But I'll tell you, our leader is looking good. Number 43, Kevin Farrell. Second place is Troy Wolf. And number 10, Willie McIlvaine in third. 17, Gregory Greguch. In fourth, number 9 boat, Jimmy Whittington in fifth, and 88, Herbie White is in sixth.
Yeah, 43, Kevin Farrell. We're watching him going down the back straightaway. When he went in that top corner, you saw him take a quick look to his left, a quick to his right. He saw no water, he saw no boat, so it was his lane all the way through, and that's an advantage.
There's our second place driver right now. That's number 11, Troy Wolf. Yeah, Gordon Bay Marina Special, A&G, Centerless Grindings, LQM, and STM Tanker Brokers doing a dynamite job sponsoring that boat.
Yeah, absolutely, Canada's national champion. They know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to sponsor somebody, it might as well be a champion.
Absolutely, it's my idea.
That's the one that's out front right now, number 43, Kevin Farrell. Right behind him, number 11, Troy Wolf.
And number 10, right behind him from Calgary, Alberta, that's Willie McIlvaine, and he loves to go inside tight. You see him doing that all the time. He hugs the pins, and he's looking for the short way around.
Well, Kevin Farrell's got something happening for him today. He's opening up a lead on Troy Wolf. You don't see that happen very often, but right now he's holding on to it, extending that lead. Oh, he's looking good. 43, Kevin Farrell.
One beautiful running Sport C. He is aired out. Finally, Troy has figured it out. He's not bouncing around. Willie McIlvaine in third position there. You can see he's trying to get an angle on it. But, boy, Kevin Farrell is giving a lot of people an eyeful today.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Troy's saying, what did he do last night?
Yeah, I bet he got the better earlier than you and I did. That's a trick,
I have no doubt in my mind about that at all, Harry.
Boat number 43, Kevin Farrell, is floating down that from Bowmanville, Ontario. He's 21 years of age, and, you know, that little looks like even you and I could drive it and win. Not so?
Not me, Harry.
Not
I
so.
like to call these races, but, you know, I'll leave the driving to the younger lads.
Appearances are deceiving, aren't they?
It may not look like they're whaling out there right now, but those boats are doing in excess of 50 miles an hour, and it's a scary 50.
This is exactly right. You know, all these engines have to be absolutely stock. These drivers cannot go through. They cannot change anything. They cannot shave anything. They cannot balance anything. So these engines are subject to inspection by the referee at the end of the day. If they find
There's our leader. Look at him coming down that back straight, Harry. He's got the air underneath it. That boat is not jumping. It's not wobbling. It's dancing on the air. Look at him go.
You know, and you talked about it, balance. That is exactly what it is. These drivers and their mechanics have found a way to make this boat run perfectly today. Not necessarily true yesterday, and that's
look. There's a good idea of the lead right now that Kevin Farrell's got over Troy Wolf, but right behind Troy Wolf, hey, Willie McIlvaine ain't giving up an inch.
Not one bit. You know, these two boys are friends up on the lake. They've been racing together for years. They go out there, they shuck and jive all the way around. These boys know each other, and Willie would love to put Troy behind him.
No, you bet. I tell you, right now, he's thinking, I've got it if I can hold on to it. No mistakes, run a clean race, keep it tight, and keep it on the water.
Oh, Kevin Farrell is absolutely showing a clean pair of heels today. There is nobody right now, unless he makes a mistake or there's a breakdown in the engine, who's going to touch him in this first heat, that's for sure.
No, I don't think anything's going to happen right now. He's got it nailed right down there. He's not taking any chances. Hey, we're getting quite the race here for second and third. That's 11, Troy Wolf, and number 10, Willie McIlvaine. Willie's
really
reeling him in. You know, Willie'd like to get by Troy.
That little bit of revenge for yesterday, perhaps. That would be a nice little savory bit.
Look at him dance that boat. 43, Kevin Farrell. Got that cushion of air underneath there, that tunnel hull working just perfectly.
Once again, we see
the green flag is out, Harry.
Yep. Kevin is running flat as he takes his indicator for the last lap. Troy is still trying to find his balance point. That boat is jumping down the course, and I can't believe that Troy hasn't found the balance on that yet.
Well, I don't know. You know, Troy is consistent. He's always running good. It just seems that Kevin Farrell has pulled something out of the hat today, and he's got that. He was out testing. We were staying at the same motel as us down the road, and I looked out the window early this morning, and their boat was out already. So they were out testing early this morning, getting that boat dialed in, and all their work is paid off right now, because out in the front, there he is, number 43, Kevin Farrell, our leader in the Sport C class.
Oh, and what a great beginning class. You know, we can get young guys, young girls out here in these boats. It's a great family event, powerboat racing. You can bet the Farrell family is back behind him, jumping up and down and cutting their fingers crossed, because he's got one more corner to go, Brian.
Well,
one half a straightaway, and then the smiles really start to appear.
Oh, I think he's smiling right now, and I bet his parents are back there smiling too.
Yeah, I imagine they are, because Kevin Farrell is now taking the exit pin of that top corner on his left hip. He gets one thing in mind. It's a straightaway.
Watch him get the air underneath this boat, Harry. Come on.
You saw him take one quick look into his left to see if anybody's there, and he saw Troy coming to the pin. He says, baby, I'm here. Just go straight and flat, and we got it.
Here he comes. He's going to take the checkered flag.
Oh, and there it is. You can see referee Hank Engel staying there. The flag is up, and there it is. The checkered flag waves in the air, and Kevin Farrell is the winner of the first heat of the Sport C class here at Thunder on the Grand.
Oh, yeah, looking good. Nick Cage in second place, and right behind him, Yeah, they're second place. Number 11, Troy Wolf, third place. Number 10, Willie McIlvain, pulling up fourth. Here he comes, number 17. That's Gregory Grieguch in the Speedmaster Marine Special.
Boat number 9, that's Jim Whittington, who's coming in behind. He had a nice little run, a much better run today in the Tohatsu motor. You know, he's starting to come into his own here as well.
It's time for Thunder on the Grand in the Formula One boats. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats because we're about to go racing.
On the edge of your seats, just like everybody else, the flag is up, the fingers are poised over the start buttons. You can see the hooks on the boats there. You sure don't want to get them hooked in too tight or you'll be water skiing before you can think. White flag is up. This is 10 laps of racing.
And at 140 miles an hour, it doesn't take long to cover 10 miles.
No, sir, it does not. The flag is up. Quietly awaiting Mike Werner's boat. He's thinking, today, this is it.
Right now, he's thinking hole shot.
Yes, sir. And what an amazing hole shot he had yesterday.
He got it.
Oh, quick jump. Look at his boat jump out of the water. But Robbie Size right beside him. Oh, 3 are coming out and gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're coming to the pin. We're coming to the first corner. They got to hold their lanes. If they don't hold their lanes, they move it over. They're disqualified.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Dunnville, boat number 241 is into the corner first and rolling out. That is Michael Werner holding down first. Robbie Size in second position in boat number 46. Oh, and look at Teddy Grieguch coming on hard.
Oh, Teddy. Oh, Teddy's got drop size.
Oh, Michael Werner.
They hold it tight and they make it work. There it is. There's our leader, number 241. Yes, indeed, the hometown boy, Michael Werner. That boat is working today. Second place, oh, right behind him, number 46. Rob Size in third spot. It's Teddy Grieguch and pulling up fourth. Teddy had problems, but not that many.
You know, Robert Stanley in boat number 79 is supposed to have all those engine problems. He's not dropping back too much, so it's not over. But look at Michael Werner, Brian, coming down here. This is his water. He wants to fly.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a little less wind today, and they've got to go a different route around, but I'll tell you,
Michael Werner slams that boat down into the water by the trim tabs. Round the first, round the second, round the third. Up comes the engine, up comes the note, and he's on his back straight away. Robbie Size has got his work cut out for him.
Oh, I'll tell you, look at that rooster straight back. That boat is pushing it right now. He's got to be hitting almost 140 miles an hour down the back. That boat's revving a real noisy 10,000 RPM, Harry, and it's working.
Oh, Robbie Size hammering into the corner first, but you're watching Michael Werner continuing to hold that lead. There's Robbie Size right behind. Greg Grieguch coming in out. Ted Grieguch coming in behind him on third. And what a run Ted is having.
Oh, Ted's really happy. Ted's working this boat. He's doing this class. He was World Mod VP champion. Now that's a V-bottom, and now he's into the tunnel. And there he is. There's our race leader, number 241, Michael Werner. And that boat is working well, Harry, let me tell you.
You know, Michael Werner and Robbie Size is starting to open up just a little bit of a lead on Ted Grieguch and Robert Stanley. But right now, you know, it looks like a long distance, but we're talking maybe 1 second's error, and Robbie Size has passed him in no time at all.
Well, I'll tell you, Robbie Size is a perfectionist. Now, he's cool, he's calm, and he's collected, but I'll tell you, Michael Werner's no slouch either. He's got it down. He knows he's winning. He's in contact with his crew by radio. Do we have his radio with us today?
Oh, we'll be going. There it is right now. You can see one of his crew members talking to Michael right now. And 241, Mike is getting good news right now. He's saying, baby, keep your foot to the floor and go fishing.
Hang on, Michael, you're winning, and if you can hold it on. He's awful upset about that 21/100ths of a second yesterday. And he's got more than that today. You got to remember, we got 2 heats, and we got a first, you got a second. You turn them around, it comes down to the total time.
You know, that great hole shot that Mike had at the start there is exactly what got him into the position he's in. Since then, Robbie Size has dropped back very, very little, if any. Robbie Size has got to be doing some work. He'll be tinkering between heats in order to get a little bit more out of his boat, too.
Well, like I was saying yesterday, Harry, Michael Werner has always got a little something backing him up. You know, he doesn't use it all in that first race. And, you know, it gives you a little bit of a false confidence because he came out yesterday in that second heat and his boat was setting the water on fire. That Mercury is working.
Oh, yes, and Mr. Hessen and all of his sponsors, Michael's sponsors today, are going to be happy because Mike right now is running clean. Look at that boat slam in the water as he comes around that corner pin. He sets up and level. That baby's got air in it, but you know, that nose is not